Bang! Neeves Knives. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, live on Neeves Knives. Let's just get right into it because we have a lot to get into. Really quick to Ed, because he was asking in the chat before we went live. My issue isn't the camera. My issue's been my editing app. For some reason, it keeps crashing. I'll get like partially done with my edits and it'll just crash. We've re-uploaded it. We've erased, closed it out, re-uploaded the editing app, but it's an editing app I'm paying for monthly. So it's a bunch of crap. I'll figure it out. Thank you, baby. All right, guys, let's get into this stuff. So, shout out to the Bang Gang squad, first off, and all the patron members. I got to shout them out first and foremost. Shout out to everybody who does support. Now, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I started a membership program on the channel. I have not made a video yet, but I'm going to make a video explaining everything. It's right next to the subscribe button. But the membership program is going to have a lot to do with like sharpening and mods and working on knives, a lot of sharpening stuff, where I'll go live twice a month and only the members will be able to join me, but it'll have a lot more to, a lot more than just that. But that's definitely something that will be for sure. But I'll probably upload like probably little short things, because throughout the week I do lots of stuff, and it wouldn't be anything for me to just record a couple-minute video showing something and showing it only to the members. So that will be awesome. And then it also gives me the ability to work with people one-on-one that are having issues with sharpening, whether it's freehand, fixed angled, stropping stuff, maintaining edges, whatever, right? So just wanted to shout that out right off the bat. Next thing, did I bring it over here? I didn't. Okay, so the aluminum scales for OR goat. You guys seen me make a video on it, original goat. I'm sorry guys, I didn't have it at first, so I apologize right off the bat, but I now have a 15% discount code. I didn't before, I just got it. So it's a Neeves. So anybody who wants to use it, you can use my link. I did put it in the video of the scales, and I have some more coming, some plain ones, because I'm kind of curious to the difference in the texture, because the ceramic coated ones are pretty slick, not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that those ones are slick, and that actually might be a good thing with a frag pattern, but I want to try out some plain ones. So, but 15% discount code is just Neeves. I see everybody saying, what's up, everybody. Now, next thing, we're going to talk, we got a lot of things to get into, man. So VBR just dropped, a pre-order for their version 3. So you guys, if you guys watch my videos, I did a video the other day on a knife I have in for sharpening. I should have brought it in here. The VBR Varga, that was version 2. So they have a version 3 with thumb studs coming. And right now the pre-order is open for it. They'll be done in like 4 or 5 months. So it does take a while for them to get done, but that is coming. So if you guys want to get involved in a pre-order, I can bring up the page if you guys want to see the page and see the knives. I could just do it really quick. But no, that's one that I really want to get on, because man, I always liked the way they looked, and I was never able to get one, and I wanted to so bad. And now I kind of have an opportunity where I can, I think it's $150 down, and then you have to pay the rest once they drop. But that works out where I could pay kind of half and half, but it's not a cheap knife. Riyadh is the one doing it, but they are amazing. And now that I've tried one, it makes me really want to try one, or want my own. Talica! Shout out to one of the Bang Gang squad members, Talica, with the 2 bones. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Let me share this screen really quick so you guys can see the Varga knives. I gotta hit this. So the new ones are gonna have the flipper and the thumb studs. Let me make sure you guys can see it. Yeah, you guys can see it. So they have basically like it's gonna be like this, where you see how it has the flipper tab and the thumb studs, which I really like. That's gonna make it multiple deployments. That's awesome. But here's a finished one that's not it's doesn't have the thumb studs, but at least you can see what it's gonna look like, and then just imagine the thumb studs. So here's a couple right here. Now you can get fat carbon, micarta, carbon fiber, copper, shred carbon fiber, and one other thing, I think. So there is multiple different versions. This is what I chose. I chose the green micarta with the stone washed bolster and a satin blade. Now, I'm kind of worried. I almost am thinking about going with the bead blasted. The bead blasted would be like this. This is the bead blasted bolster right here. I don't know how the stone washed is going to look next to the satin blade, but I'd rather have a stone washed. At least I think I'd rather have a stone washed bolster than a satin or than a bead blasted bolster. Bead blasted bolsters definitely scratch easier, but I don't have anything to compare it to next to the stone wash with the satin. Now, then my second thing is I almost want the fat carbon. I really like the micarta ones though. Let me show you guys the micarta. I really like the micarta. This is their denim micarta right here. But I don't think he has that available on the V3. There's another denim micarta you see there on the left. Um, so this is the first version, just so you guys know. This was the first version, stone washed with the burlap micarta. The burlap micarta looks really good. Where the hell is he's done so many different versions. I know there was one here with oh, here it is. So like this. So this would be kind of like mine right here, except for my blade would be satin, not stone washed, and my bolster would be stone washed. Man, I think that looks so good with the thumb stud. So I think that'll be very, very awesome. I'm excited. Jared, you're starting to look presentable. What's up with that? Come back to the dark side. Well, check this out, guys. The lighting in here looks fire, right? Watch this. This is how badass this lighting is. I took me a minute to set this up, but I got it just right. Bam! Look at that action. Look at that action. I can show you guys just about anything right away, and even the little fine details. You notice how it gets dark behind me or behind the knife. Now when I go back, bam. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it, because one of the hardest things to do is to show people things. So, I'm figuring out my camera and the lighting really good. I'm loving the camera. It really makes me mad my editing app is messing around. Metallica with another 2 bones. Sneak peek of that Tale of Knives thing. I'll do a quick sneak peek just because you got it for me. But I did do a sneak peek on Instagram. You already know. But I want to be careful because I got the video already made. It's going up tomorrow. So we'll just do a little sneak peek. Now, I know a lot of people think, because I did say I am going to be comparing it to its competition. A lot of people think it has to do with Leatherman. It really doesn't. Really, personally, it doesn't. It has to do with everybody else, not just Leatherman. But bam. That's it. That's all you guys got. You guys are going to have to wait till tomorrow. Now, nobody's going to watch my video. Yes, the Strider is sexy. And you know what? I kind of complained about it a little bit, but man, I do like it a lot. I do need to sharpen it though. Holy shit, this thing is not sharp at all. But my perception of sharp is yeah. But yeah, I do like it quite a bit. Especially now that Richie, because I'd sent it in to Richie B and Lindy Lou, they carbonized the lock face for me, so no lock stick at all. This thing is perfect. But it's just, I think my one biggest issue is that it does have a little bit of play. All right, it does have a little bit of play, and in order for me to get rid of the play, it's not centered, and then it's really stiff, and I'm not even sure if I can get the play out at all. But I mean, it's a custom. What's up, Mama? I hope everyone is having a nice evening. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. I hope you're having a nice evening. Did you see Leon Ma's budget line? Yes, I did. I actually thought about contacting him, seeing if I can get some early access, but I'm not. I doubt he would. But yeah, it looks really cool. I'm very excited about that. I'm excited about everything that Leon Ma does. What's up, Mike? Shout out to Mike Emler. Definitely go and follow his channel. I see a lot of or a few channels in here. Um, let's see, the purple hinder looks good in it. Yeah, it does. It looks real. Anything blue, because when I can't even talk about it because it's in tomorrow's video. But anytime you order something, or when you order something like that, unlike all the other ones, you get to custom order and pick what you want. And if you watch the video tomorrow, you'll see the massive differences. Um, but yeah, anything blue looks really good with it. Do you sell knives? I first any knives I sell go to the patrons first. So whatever I do have a knife sale coming up pretty soon, and they're all going to the patrons first. Whatever they don't get is a free for all for anybody else. But yeah, the patrons get always first dibs. Bruh, what you think on that Bowie BGM? So we're going to talk about that here in just a second. So that's one of the things we're going to talk about. We do have a long list. Let's start getting into this stuff. So we'll come back to that. My button lock beg lighter. So I showed you guys, I can't even deploy it no more. So this thing I can't even open it two-handed no more. So this thing's got some major issues going on right now. I am going to attempt to fix it on camera with you guys, so that hopefully, because right after I made that video, like, I don't even know how many people, but like probably 10 people said they were having the exact same issue. So this is going to be common. So what's the first thing I'm going to do? Obviously I'll make a video about it and show what actually worked, but the first thing I'm going to try doing is just try taking it apart and putting it back together. I'm going to try cleaning the lock face. I'm going to see if there's really no issue, if maybe the lot or the scale went on at an angle, because you guys wouldn't believe how much of an effect just your scales can make. If they're off, if one screw's tighter, it got tightened first, before another, things like that. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check the lock face geometry, see how that's working out, and then also possibly check the spring and see if the spring is catching or something like that. I do have extra springs, so we will figure it out. Either way, we're going to fix it, and I'll be able to teach you guys how to fix it so that anybody who else is having issues, it's not going to be an issue. We will figure it out. Josh is a new member. Shout out to the Bang Gang Squad. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Love seeing new members. It's going to be great, man. We're going to have a nice, good crew of sharpeners and, just a good team of people that where we can do our own lives and work on stuff and, spread information and really do some awesome stuff. I'm going to love this. What's my favorite blade shape? Probably spear point. I think spear point is probably my favorite because drop point or spear point, it's kind of the thing is I have a specific drop point that I really like. So certain drop points I don't like ones that are almost a straight back. I'm not a big fan of those. However, I do understand their benefits, but like a Sabenza's drop point, love it. Spear points and drop points to go below, because a spear point, damn it, knocking stuff over. Spear point is like this. This is a spear point right here. So the spine and the edge do the exact same thing, and then they meet in the middle center with the pivot, right? So any shape that has the tip lower than the center of the pivot are my favorites. That's kind of the big deal to me. I want the tip to be lower than the center of the pivot. Alex's Knives and Such. Thank you for the donation. Shout out to Alex's Knives and Such. Go and check his channel out. He's actually been doing some big things over there. I checked it out the other day. I am a knife sharpening disaster. Do you sharpen knives? Yes, I do. So anybody who doesn't want to join and just wants their knives sharp, you can always send them to me. And also people that still want to send their knives to me, I can still sharpen them. That's not a problem. I do sharpen knives. So you can contact me through email or through Instagram. But like, let's say you want me to do your edges, right? I can still do your edges, but then if you join, then maybe I can teach you how to maintain those edges so that you can get the most out of them. And even like with stropping and things like that, honing, tuning, all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot of benefits to this, and I'll be able to do, help people individually. Jared, which fixed angle system would you recommend between the KME Habstone R2 and TSPROF, and why? Thanks in advance. I have to say the TSPROF. Well, one, I'm biased because I have an affiliate. That's one reason, right? I have an affiliate with them. Two, they're built to such high precision, well above the KME. But if you are on a budget and you only have a couple $100, absolutely go with the KME, because you're going to spend over $100 more for the Blitz. But the Blitz is better, right? That's just the way it is. Some people would argue, oh, I can get the same edge and this and that. The Blitz is going to last longer. You can just feel and tell the Blitz is just built to more superior, right? Just is what it is. So it's going to last longer. There's less rattling parts. And you technically can even get more than just the Blitz. Like there's several different systems through the link that I have, and it takes it all the way up to like insane levels. Like it just depends on how much money you want to spend, but you can get by perfectly well with the Blitz. You don't even have to get the 360, but getting the 360 does get you a couple extra things. So I did wind up getting those extra parts, and basically what the extra parts are, if you look and just zoom in really quick, if you look right here, the rod right here and right here, or sorry, right here and right here, I got these two little parts, and what that does is it makes it to where I can use a VENEV 6-inch stone, well, any size stone, but all I gotta do is just turn the rod over, and I can put a diamond plate on, or I can just switch right to VENEVs. So I don't have to move anything now. I can just do it at the same time if I really wanted to. Then this thing lifts it up a little bit more. So it just basically gives you a little bit better ability to get higher with your rod, which is kind of good. And then this little guy right there, that's just a spot for you to put your digital angle finder, which you don't need a digital angle finder. It says the angles there, but you might want to, just so you can make sure that both sides are equal. That's one thing. But two, when you switch stones, from a thicker stone to a thinner stone or vice versa, you have it goes by millimeters, and you can basically move the rod up and down to where you can switch stones, and it doesn't matter. You just you just adjust the thing, and you can change the exact measurement from one stone to another without having to change your angle or anything. It just lifts the rod up, the difference between the stones. 19 minutes and 101 watching. Awesome. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thanks, Jared. I'll go with the TSPROF, but can't do the Blitz or Blitz 360. they can only clamp up to 0.177. So I can't clamp my SOCOM Elite or 8020. I'll order the Cadet. Yeah, I mean, they have multiple different systems that work. So you just got to figure out what works for you. But I will say this though, the jaws, you can stretch them. They're set at like a certain way, but like if you really want to, you can spread them a little bit. But yeah, go with whatever works. They have so many different systems, but I've done some thick ass knives already. I didn't have an issue. I just wedged it in. New member, Everyday EDC. Shout out to the new member of the Bang Squad. I am gonna mess up here one of these days and call it the Gangbang Squad. So just FYI, everybody. New camera and lighting looks amazing, brother. I'm jealous about that Strider. Well, thank you about all of the above. I am loving the camera, and I'm so happy that I got this lighting down right now. All right, so next thing, let's talk about this Magna Cut really quick. So I have, well, one, I do have the video of the tactile rock wall going up soon. I didn't know, but they drop these like every other Friday or every Friday at a certain time, they told me. So if you guys do want to if you guys do want to get one of these rock walls, they recently just dropped some in 20 CV. They might be gone right now, but either way, they drop them like every week or every other week or something like that. But I have the full review going up of this. This is in Magna Cut. Now, I just got a BGM knife in Magna Cut from Talica. It's in for sharpening. Now, he's thinking or hoping, I think, that, and, oh yeah, and this is a chisel grind. So a real chisel grind. So he's hoping, because he had some problems with his edge, he's hoping that it was just a, a bad edge, right? Because in all reality, BGM's edges are not that great. He does great grinds. Don't get me wrong. I love his grinds. He does great grinds, but his edges really are not that good. And, a great edge isn't done on a belt. So he does them on belts. So how can he get a good edge, right? It's just not possible because he's not doing them on stones. He's using belts. So anyways, not saying you can't get a good edge on a belt, but it's difficult to get a great edge. Anyways, but there is some things going around the community that BGM's Magna Cut, because this is in Magna Cut, is not that great right now. I don't know, but I'm going to sharpen this up and I'm going to see how it feels on the stone and what I think about it compared to the other 3 knives. Yes, 3. I actually have another knife in Magna Cut that's here that I haven't spoke about. That's fixed blade. I actually have spoke about it. You guys might know what I'm talking about. And I have the video of those fixed blades going up here pretty soon. You guys might remember the 3 fixed blades. But anyways, BGM knives, hopefully everything's fine, and there's just a couple out there that people are just having issues for whatever reason, or maybe they're just not good at sharpening. I don't know. I can't, I'm not trying to say that about anybody, so let me take that back. Hopefully it's not a big deal, but we'll see. I'll know pretty quick after I get it on the stone. It's not going to take me long to know how close this is to the other knives, because the Magna Cut from the Mule was really fucking good, like really, really good. So like, comparing other Magna Cuts to that is what I'm going to do. Right. Every other Magna Cut is going to be compared to that damn Mule, because that damn Mule was fire. So, we'll see. We'll see. And maybe it'll feel the same. And like I said, I'll know right away. As soon as I hit the stone, as soon as I start creating my edge bevel, I will know, because it has a specific feeling to it. It's really, really hard. That's one thing I noticed right away, was just how hard it felt on the stone. Damn Designs hates its customers. Well, that's not good. Damn Designs is pretty good for the money. Well, hey, there you go. Can't find the join button. Okay, so go to my home page and look right next to the subscribe. It should be right there. You might have to do it off your computer, but I didn't have a problem finding it on my phone. I'll show you right now because I'm pretty sure I can see it on this one. So it's right. Come on. Not on this one. Damn it! Now I gotta figure out where I seen it. Dun, 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 dun. I don't remember exactly where I seen it on my or I know it's right next to the subscribe button. Oh, I have to go the other way. Let me go like this. All right. Oh no, I can't see it on this phone. I don't know what I'm thinking. I seen it on a different phone. It's right next to the subscribe. There's join. It says join right next to the subscribe. I seen it on the other iPad. This is hooked up to my channel, so I can't see it on that. Talica with another 2 bones. I heard what Not Your Average had to say about Meg. Yeah, she's saying stuff. She's saying a few other people are saying stuff. I don't know. I can't speak for them. I don't doubt it. I know my experience, and my experience was amazing. So that's all I can talk about is my experience. And like I said, it was really good. And to be honest, like I said before, I was expecting to not like it. I was already prepared going in that I was going to have to drag it because I was thinking that MagnaCut was going to be a steal only for fixed blades. It's not for folders. It's not any good for folders. It's just a tough fixed blade steel. I honestly thought that that's what I was going to come up with, but I didn't want to also hang that over my head and say that's what I have to conclude. I wanted to just whatever happens, happens. And I was just getting more and more impressed, as time went on, and the edges it took was incredible. The polish it took, how it sharpened, the toothy edges it took, just everything across the board was just amazing. And then, how it was holding its bite. Now, we're gonna talk about this one, because like I said, we have the full review on the Rockwall, but the MagnaCut, just period, all good experiences so far. Erica's dealing with BGM's Magna was a can of suck. Yeah, but there's so many different perspectives, and you have to put in variables too, right? You have to add in variables. Now, I am not discrediting her experience. I don't know her experience. Like I've watched her sharpen. She could be an incredible sharpener. I don't know. Um, the stones you're using, how good you are at sharpening, how good you are at burr removal, your experience with different steels. There's so many different factors. And then there's the factors from the company, right? How it's heat treated, burnt edges, burnt steel, so many factors, right? What you're cutting, so many things. So but when you have multiple people saying the same thing, right? Now it starts, becoming a thing. Like, okay, well, it's not just one person saying this. There's multiple people saying this. So if multiple people are saying this, there's probably something to it. It's probably not the person, right? It's probably not the person that, with the experience. It's probably the steel or the heat treater, but then it's hard to say, man, because other people are saying they liked it. I don't know. I can say this though. Outpost 76 did a controlled test, right? Now, can we trust BGM saying that he did the exact same heat treat on that knife that he did on Outpost 76's? I would think so. I don't think I don't think he would bullshit. John seems like a good enough dude. But there's variables, right? Those are all just variables. And I'm not trying to say anybody is doing something wrong or anything. And I think we just need to figure out the solution. What's the solution? What can we do about it? Right. And it's not like anybody has to be put blame. That's not how this works. If John messed up a heat treat on it. Okay, well, then we got to figure that out. We'll get a different one, and hopefully it's better. If because that's a possibility. Or, because Outpost 76 does controlled tests. So you can respect his test, I guess, a little bit better than even mine, because his experience is from a controlled test. So, I would say just like Pete's, right? My test with a lot to do with the sharpening, yes, and from use to, and I tried to cut the exact same stuff. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about, like why cardboard, right? Because a lot of my tests, like when I do tests, I take my shit to work, I cut things at work, and when I cut things at work, I'm cutting a multitude of things. So I also, I like to get the experience from just EDC, from just regular use. I like to feel that experience, but then I also like to feel the experience from using it on the same thing. Because say if I'm cutting straps, rope, cardboard, tape, etc., right? How can you narrow down like what an issue is, or if it is going dull fast, if it is microchipping? You can't really tell. That's why it's better to find one thing like cardboard, right? Which we already know, like, is an abrasive, it's a little tough on an edge, and you can try to figure it out. And if you use the same stuff all the time, like cardboard, that's why I like to use cardboard, because it gives me an idea of how long my fine edge is supposed to last, because I've done it and used it so many times on so many different knives. So I have a good idea. Now, even if I'm not doing a controlled test, even if I'm not doing controlled tests, I can still, get a good idea of, okay, this went a little fast. Like this fine edge is not going good, or man, this thing is lasting a long time. But that's why I personally like to, cut cardboard with my tests and really figure out geometry, the ergos, just all that stuff, edge retention, blah, blah, blah. Maurice with the 5 bones. All the life lessons I have learned, I have forgotten. Well, but how's your toes, though, man? How's your toes? That's the first question. Um, Transparent Knives. What's up, man? Shout out to Transparent Knives. BGM Knives is a good dude. Oh, for sure. 100%. I am currently talking to him about the heat treat. The answer that makes most sense at this time is that his thermocouple is starting to go bad. Right. And that's what I mean. Like, there's so many variables that, like, to just put the blame on something is, it's not a good idea to do. The best idea is just to kind of start crossing out the variables, figure out what the issue is, and just deal with it accordingly. There's no reason for anybody to get upset or think anybody did anything intentionally or anything like that. Shit happens. And John is a good dude, and I know he only wants the best from his knives. I have no doubt about that. I've tested a bunch of his knives, and I've always raved about everything he's done. So, I have no doubt that he doesn't want everybody to get the best of what he can do. No doubt in my mind. So shout out to BGM Knives. I actually I shout him out probably the most for regrinds. I know I've gotten him a ton of business for regrinds. It will help if he changes his range from 61.5 to 62.5 to 62.5 to 63.5, so the low end doesn't have as many issues with too much duct I can't even speak, ductility and toughness. Yeah, and I don't know, and this isn't about BGM right now. This is about any company. I'm curious how everything is going to wind up being with MagnaCut, with because we're starting to see more companies use it. More and more production companies are using it, and we have yet to see how it's going to be on big batch production levels where companies are using it, and they're not just heat treating 5 or 6 knives at a time. They're heat treating a lot of knives. So I'm curious to see, one, if we're going to continue to see Laren's, heat treat protocol, or if they're going to change it, or if they're going to, you know, just basically see how it winds up doing in a production heat treat level. Because, just like a lot of steels, that why they're really good when we see somebody like John do 'em, right? When we see BGM do them. But then when you see it on a production level, it's a completely different steel, right? And we see that a lot. And of course we do, right? That's why you pay, that's what you're paying for with a custom heat treat. You're paying for that, it's getting its own heat treat, right? Of course it's being done very, very well. But then with production heat treats, it's being done in bigger batches. They can't do it, it's not as controlled. You're going to get some variations, kind of like Riyadh, right? Riyadh does really good heat treats. I've always said they do really good heat treats, but it's impossible for Riyadh to do M390 perfect across the board. Is their M390 good? Fuck yeah, it is. But when I do the same knife, not the exact same knife, sorry, two of the exact same knives, same models, the, even though they're both good, one is always a little different than another with M390. And I actually did a video on it and I sharpened both back to back. One was good, one was great. And that's how it was. Like just one was good and one was great. So I don't think they're doing any M390 bad, but at the very least, you can see differences. Now, with a lot of like BGM stuff, it's pretty similar across the board. Like if he's doing crew wear and you get 5 knives in crew wear, they're going to be damn near identical with the heat treat. I think Erica's Magna Cut was HRC of between 60 and 61, which seemed a bit low to me, but again, depending on the process used, it's hard to tell if a steel is well treated or not. Yeah, it definitely is. And I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say even what exactly what it was, without it being tested right there. Shout out to Knife Modders. What's up, Lindy Lou? Definitely get your knife modding done by Richie B and Lindy Lou at Knife Modders. Shout out to them. Uh, damn it. I love my Sativian ST109. It is the best blade I've ever purchased for $27. Yeah, those Sativian knives, man. And for Richie B and Lindy Lou, man, if you guys are ever wanting to get some really good quality knives for, to work on, to mod, or test on, those Sativian knives are fantastic to do that with. No, I haven't seen one over $30. Most of them are $25 to $27, and they're so good. Lindy, did you spoon with the Arias last night? Fucking start sharpening that Magna Cut BGM Live. I can't hear. I can't hear because that's for the members. Got to be a member to get that type of content. I know you are, but everybody else. I mean, look at the Spyderco's Mule for an example, with Magna Cut 63 to 64 performing beautifully and still retaining 10 plus pound feet toughness wise. Yeah, like I said, I tested the mule and it was amazing. It was really, really good. Very, very good. I was heavily impressed with it. That's what made me kind of fall in love with the Magna Cut was the mule. Lindy says my Knife Modders account isn't letting my post in the chat, so moved over to this channel. My Knife Modders account isn't letting my post in the chat, so moved over. Huh. Weird. You're darn right I did. Haven't left bed all day. Just me and the Arias. That's awesome, Lindy. I'm happy for you. Shout out to Lindy Lou and her Arias. I'm glad you're really, really happy with that. That's an amazing thing. Asa, become a new member. All right. That's awesome, man. Thank you. I appreciate everybody who becomes a new member. We got a man. We're going to have the most badass bang gang squad going on. I'll still take 14C over S35 VN all day, every day. Price versus performance matters. I will never complain about getting 14C. Never. Because it's just such an amazing steel. It's so easy to work with, and the performance you get for how easy it is to work with and how good of an edge you can get. You can get incredible edges on 14C, and it's easy to strop and tune up. It's highly responsive to a strop. Excuse me. And the results you get performance wise, excuse me, is really, really good. Now, of course, there's going to be some variations with that too, because a lot of companies are running it a little softer, but even then, you're still getting good performance. So it's not like you're getting bad performance, but you have other companies running it a little harder and you're getting really good performance. Alex's Knives and Such says, I will have near 3 to 5 video series with my sister who's a teenager. She got a Sativian knife and wants to learn to open, close, hold, and use the knife. Legal carry age in Missouri is 16. Nice. I didn't think there was even a legal age. I just thought you had to be 18 to buy one. You're welcome, Lindy. You are very, very welcome. My phone won't show the join button. Try an iPad or a computer or something. Hawaii Knife and Gear says, I drilled the mule with tungsten, the tungsten one. Yeah, I would imagine that. Lindy, it's a YouTube conspiracy. Blame the algorithm. You're not left out, man. You're not left out. We'll get you in. You just gotta get on a laptop or something, and you'll be able to join. I'm definitely going to be posting a video soon and doing a live soon, so you're gonna want to get on it soon. Custom EDC Knives. Shout out to Custom EDC Knives. Just became a Bang Gang member. Shout out to the Bang Gang squad. S30V doesn't even outperform HCR. See, I wouldn't say that. HCR gets less edge retention than 440C, so I wouldn't say that. But I guess it depends on if you're talking about price for what you're getting. All right, I'm gonna catch up. Lindy says, yes, I did. Yoda, just don't have much use for it now that we have the 2x72 belt sander with variable speed, but could be great for other people. John Evans says, count me in. I'll become a member later tonight when I fire up the laptop. Awesome. Hey, John, see if you can find it right now with your phone. Just see if you can find it. I'm just curious. Does everybody have to do it off of? Because man, I could swear like you could do it off of you would think you'd be able to do it off a phone, but check and see, because then I'll make sure I say that in the video I post about it. All right. So I didn't bring it over here because I'm an idiot, but I finally got into some good steel on my AAD 20.5, which I know is ridiculous to say. All right. Custom EDC Knives with the 2 bones. Hey, everyone. How's it going? Thank you for the donation. Thank you so much, man. Thanks, man. You guys are awesome. Talica again with another 2 bones. We need a bang or a bang gang sticker for member. Yes, we do. We will have one coming. We actually have a few different ones coming. Right now, I think we only have 3. The 4th one, it's weird, man, trying to get them into like from her drawings down to like that little tiny little dot. It's hard, and it only allows like certain sizes and everything. But yes, we do have some of those coming, and we're gonna get some bones coming for the donation. People can drop bones in the chat, like dog bones. Where do you think S45 better than S30V? I wouldn't see. I don't like to say better on anything. So if you're going to say edge retention, yeah, it probably has a little bit better edge retention. S30V has better edge retention than S35 usually, right? Usually. And S45 is probably, a little bit better than that. I've never done a controlled test next to each one of them, but I will say they take similar edges. That's one thing I noticed. So S35 VN likes a toothier edge more than a polished edge. Usually, sometimes it does take a good polished edge, but it usually doesn't hold it very well. Meaning, it gets slick. So you'll get a good polished edge on it. It'll have a lot of bite, but you'll start using it and it'll immediately start getting glassy on the edge. It'll just get slick. S30V, on the other hand, will take a really good polished edge. It'll have a lot of bite and it'll hold its bite. So S45 is a little more similar to that. I'm not sure if S30V is going to be a little bit better in that area or not, but it is definitely a little bit more similar than between S35 from my experience. It is not on iPhone. An Android browser will let you though. Okay, so an Android browser. So people who have Android, shout out to the Android squads. Better than fucking iPhone piece of shit. Kara loves iPhone. I hate him. Shout out to the new member. Papa Peter became a new member. Awesome, man. Thank you, man. Shout out to the Bang Gang squad. And we got Maurice with another 2 bones. Thank you, brother. Steven says you have to close the chat window if that helps. Okay. Weapon X says, I feel like Crucible is hyping up S35 and S45 over S30V. Man, I've always liked S30V more than S35. I've always liked it better. So, I know there's reasons why people would like S35 over S30V because it's a little tougher. So there's reasons to like either one better. Just depends on your use, how you use your knives. There's just with any steel, you got to find what works best for you. And in the same breath, you got to find what edge works for you best. Everybody's experience is going to be slightly different. Some people are going to get a little bit better performance out of toothy edges, while some people are going to get a little bit better performance out of, polished edges. So in the same breath, the one person's going to want a steel that takes more of a toothier edge better, that lasts a little bit longer. Now we're going to talk about, microchipping here in a second, and I drew some drawings and we're going to talk about how that comes about. But with your experience, that depends on what angles you like to put on your edges, the type of geometry you like, the type of steel you like. All these things are variables. And, after you experience so much, you realize like, hey, man, I don't like this steel. Or, hey, I really like this steel. Or you'll find out like, man, I don't like these thick fucking knives that I can't cut shit with. You might want something with better geometry. You might say, hey, I like broad blades because broad blades, slice a little bit better. But then, other people might like a little bit more, 940 style or Rockwall style. Come on. Knives, because they're a little slimmer, they allow it to be a little bit more EDCable. So everybody's experience is going to be different. It just depends. What's up, Knife Sergeant? Shout out to Knife Sergeant. Go and follow his channel. Deacon says, who's a member, by the way. All the members. Shout out to the Bang Gang squad. Jared, you mentioned a few lives back that you generally see sharper, better edges on those a bit thicker behind the edge compared to thinner behind the edge. What are the exceptions? Convex edges. So the reason why is generally because when it's a little bit thicker, you can lay back the angle of your edge, right? So you have a bigger edge. So the teeth, right? Think about the teeth. The teeth at the very apex are bigger. So they feel like they have more bite. They're larger. That's basically the reason why. It's just because it's bigger. Now, with the same angle on something thin behind the edge, it's going to be a very tiny edge bevel, and those teeth are going to be a lot more. They're going to be smaller, and it just feels a little bit less aggressive. So that's basically where that comes from. Now, there's ways to increase the bite, like dropping your grit, and even with, so like, say if it's a little thicker behind the edge, there's ways to get the cutting performance a little bit better. Like you can do one thing, you can change angles, meaning you can put a low angle on one side and a larger angle, like a dramatic larger angle on the other side, which kind of does the same simulation as a chisel grind. You can do stuff like that, or you can just lay back the edge on both sides. Now that's going to give you better cutting performance, but it still's not going to fix the geometry of the knife. So that's why I always say that the thickness behind the edge isn't the biggest factor. The biggest factor is going to be the grind thickness, meaning the actual stock thickness. Like, so 120 thousandths blade stock thickness is going to cut far better than something with 180,000 stock thickness, because 180,000 stock thickness, it doesn't have the time to get down to a thin edge. And with something like, say, say if that 180 thousandths thick blade stock is 10 thousandths behind the edge, right? Something that's 120 thousandths blade stock thickness, meaning the spine of the blade, that's 20 thousandths behind the edge is going to cut far better than the one with 10 thousandths behind the edge, because the one that's 180,000 stock thickness is built like an axe. Even though it's super thin behind the edge, it's just the geometry is just way too dramatic. But then the thing that's 20 thousandths behind the edge, it's more slimmer. So you guys get what I'm saying. Craig Brown with the donation with the 10 bounce. Thank you, brother. Thank you for providing such great enthusiasm for the knife community. Keep up the great work. Oh, man. Thank you. Thank you for the donation, man. That's amazing. You're awesome, man. Holy cow. We got 10 bones. I wish we had the bones so that people could be throwing up bones right now. Only reason I got this iPhone is for the video capabilities. I brag on iPhones just because going from an Android to an iPhone, it's just different for me. So I just talk shit just to talk shit. I don't really care, to be honest. The reason why I got mine was because when I was looking for a phone, I wanted the best camera I could get, and this one had the best camera. When I asked the professionals, and this thing has like 100 zoom in, so like 100 times zoom in, like you can zoom in like crazy. Transparent Knives says, I got my OG aluminum 20.5 scales. Nice. The surface of the scales have some defects, but should be relatively quick and easy to fix. They communicate well, so I'm sure they would fix it too. I have no doubt that they wouldn't fix it right away. You can easily contact them. They communicate really fast. So if you do have any issues with defects or anything, just talk to them. I have no doubt that they won't let you swap them or deal with it in some way. And again, guys, I have a discount code, 15% off on all the OR GOAT aluminum scales. I did not have it the other day when I made the video, so I'm not trying to get over on you guys or anything like that. I just got it. But if you guys want to get those scales, save yourself 15% off by using my affiliate discount code Neeves, Neeves. And yes, thank you, G-Ball. Yes, don't forget to hit the like button. And Transparent Knives, just as well as anybody, things happen, and that was that. Let me ask you, that was on the Cerakoted ones, right? The ones with the ceramic coating. I wouldn't imagine that would be on the plain ones, but I don't know. I'm guessing you're talking about on the ceramic coated ones. I do like the iPhone for the most part, but it's whack that it won't work to show the join. Yeah, I know that does suck. Cue ball. G-Ball, check your Instagram, Q-Ball says. Can also see join when visiting your YouTube homepage. That's what I thought, like that you could just go to my YouTube homepage and it should be right there. Let me catch up. Oh, shit. Justin became a new member. Justin Goldsmith become a new YouTube member. Thank you, man. Shout out to the Bang Gang Squad. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. This is going to be so awesome having all these people in one spot where I can do live sharpening videos and we can talk all about all of this stuff that I like to talk about, because in that way we can do it on a personal level where we can talk individually about specific things and deal with each thing in, like just specific. Come on, my mouse is all over the place. But yeah, and now that I have the camera too, man, holy cow, because before when I used to do live sharpening, my biggest issue was my camera. It is so hard to get things as clear as I can get them now. Like now, fuck man, I can get things super clear on the camera, but before I couldn't. So now, man, this is gonna be so badass. Cue ball with the 5 bounce. Since you missed my first donation, did I? No, I wouldn't do that. No. Shout out to Cue Ball's other donation. Sorry, bud, I didn't see it. You have any thoughts about Damn Designs messages? I sent them to you. No, I didn't see them. I have no idea what we're talking. I see everybody else talking about it. I have no idea what we're talking about. Oh wow, this is a lot. I'm gonna have to read it later because that's a lot. Why don't somebody just break it down to me really quick? Break it down what the issue is, because this is a lot. So somebody just break it down in like 10 or less words. I'm sure somebody can. Maurice has a shoehorn that looks like Walter Cronkite. Who the fuck is Walter Cronkite? Steve says, I'm so happy I didn't give Damn Designs my money. Something must have happened. I didn't give him no money. So I don't think I've ever had, oh wait, no, I've had a couple Damn Designs knives in here for review, but too much to summarize. Damn it. I'm going to have to read the whole thing then if it's too much to summarize. So what, did they take people's money or something? Knife Sergeant, this is his channel. You guys can follow Knife Sergeant's channel and go and sub to his channel. Awesome dude, has awesome knives. He's a pre-order customer. Oh, I see. So that's from somebody's pre-order that pre-ordered something, and I'm guessing he had issues, and Damn Designs isn't holding to their word. So yeah, I have a big issue with that. So to me, like, this is just my opinion. I'm not speaking for anybody else in the community, but to me, when if you offer something and there's an issue, it's you and your responsibility to deal with it, even if that means it comes out of your pocket. Like that's just how business goes. It's your responsibility to do good business and to provide good business, and that's just the way I look at it now. If something happens and you don't hold yourself responsible for whatever went wrong, right? Even in some cases, if it is on the other person's end, sometimes you just got to take the blame for it, right? And not saying that you always should take the blame for shit. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying sometimes it's better for you to just say, hey, regardless of what happened, let me fix it, right? I think that that's the best way to go about business when you're providing a service. Jared, you've missed 2 of Cue Ball's super chats. Fuck Cue Ball. No, I'm just joking. I only seen the one. I don't have my iPad. That's why. Thanks, baby. We're going to fix this issue right now. I'm sorry if I missed some super chats. There's another bell ringer for the super chats. I don't see them. So I'm getting the iPad right now. Sorry, guys. Thanks, Gerald. Come on. Sorry, guys. I apologize for me not being set up over here. This is why I always have this, because every time when I don't have it, something happens and I need it, because for some reason I can't always see it on here. They just skip. So we have 145 people in here. Shout out to all 145 of you. Thank you guys for joining me. John Evans, I see you just donated over here. Let me catch up. Okay, so what it is, I might not be caught up. So Alice's Knives and Such is a new member. Shout out to the Bang Gang Club or Squad. I gotta catch up. Caprolite Steve, $4.99. Thank you for the $4.99. Sent you a private message on Instagram with a video how to basically open in Safari, request desktop version, and the join will show. You guys see that? Open in Safari, request desktop version, and the join will show. Thank you for that, man. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for always having my back and always helping out. I do really, really appreciate it. Talica with another 2 bones. Talica's just dropping some heat tonight. I can explain how I found it with you if we talk. Okay. Not a problem. He fucked his peeps and sent an ass. Wait, he fucked his peeps and sent an ass hot emails. That's no good, man. That's no good. That's not good for business. This community talks. And Justin says Damn Designs told everyone who has a problem with I'm guessing long shipping times to get fucked. Okay, so I'm gonna just defend them a little bit, which I probably shouldn't with the way you guys sound. John Evans with the fucking 2 bones. Thank you, brother. No, that was an email that went to all. Oh, that was an email that went to all. Okay. So, well, I have no idea what's going on, but just to defend him a tiny bit, he can't really do anything about long shipping times, guys. I mean, I don't know the times. I have no idea what we're talking about, but if it's a pre-order thing, I mean, we have, and especially overseas, we just had their holiday and shipping times can be a long time, but maybe I'm fully off and you guys are about to come in on me. So you guys are about to go in on me here in a second. But yeah, like I said, I don't know exactly what happened. We can talk about it, but just FYI, anybody sending knives in for sharpening, make sure you send a note with your package, with your Instagram or email, so that I can easily find you. And if you have sent me something and did not send me a note, make sure you keep contact with me, because it's difficult if you send me something, right? Your name won't match your Instagram or whatever or email. So I won't be able to contact you. I might not know your handle, like, because there's so many handles that are similar. So many Instagrams sound the same. So it might be difficult for me to find you again, even if we talked yesterday, because I might get 100 Instagram messages and Instagram will basically just swallow it. So make sure you stay in contact with me if you did not send a note. Send where for sharpening. What is your email? My email is always at the bottom of every video in the description. You can also go through Instagram. Instagram is the best way to contact me because I can keep communication going through there. But my Instagram is jrneeve@gmail.com or Neevesknives on Instagram. jrneeve@gmail.com. Talica. Ooh. That damn nerve damage. Talica with another 2 bones. Is that a dog on Talica for getting my note? Is that a dog on Talica? I have no idea what that means. 14C28, one of the best budget steals out there at the moment. Budget steal, that's a mid-grade steal. That's the way I say it. I don't even think it's a budget steal. I think people called it a budget steal because and this is the weird thing, is that if you look at the steel charts, they put it, I don't think they give 14C enough credit, because I honestly think what they do with a lot of those steel charts, they say, this is what it's made of, so this is where it belongs, rather than saying this is the edge retention it's gotten, this is whatever, right? Especially with different heat treats and everything else, and I do not think that they give it enough credit, so I say it's a mid-grade steel. Maurice made peanut butter sandwiches, then threw it away. There you go. Fuck them sandwiches. I just traded my olive, my car to Button Lock Elementum because I needed some indica to sleep. Hey, sometimes you just need that damn indica. 14 14C is fucking awesome. Alex says, what about 12C27? It's basically like, it's so similar to 14C. Most people won't be able to tell the difference. I personally like 14C better because I like to get those 2 extra C's out of there. But yeah, it's basically the same thing. It all came from AEBL. So AEBL, it's you know, an analog or whatever of AEBL. Personally, I'm not a big fan of AEBL though, which is kind of weird, but it has, you know, it has more the carbides in there. So since it has more carbides, you get the better edge retention and, you know, so on and so forth, because AEBL, in my opinion, does not take the best edges. Now, AEBL was originally made for razor blades, so it does really good with really thin geometry. So if you do lay back the angle really, really far, you know, it can do really good because it does have good edge stability and everything. But that's about the only time you're going to be able to really get the bite from it. And it does not do good at high grits or anything like that. So I just personally, I'm not a big fan of it, but the 14C, I love it. Lindy Lou says, I regret not buying one sooner. It blew my mind how smooth good it was for the money. I have no idea what we're talking about. Jared, how's the N690 doing on your Keen Natter? Good. Good. To be honest, I haven't used it recently. I've been testing all kinds of other knives, but yeah, it's not bad. I don't mind N690. I just don't want to spend a lot of money for it. You know, some of these Italian companies charging you like M390 prices for it's outrageous. And you guys already know, I'm not the guy to say that, oh, if it's this much money, then it should be this steel. I speak highly about that. Don't do that. That's stupid, right? That does not make sense to do that. Just because it's a certain price doesn't mean it needs to be a certain steel, right? But there still is a line, right? There's a line of which, like, that steel should not cost that much money. It doesn't cost that much for them to grind, make, blah, blah, blah. Because a lot of times it does come down to how easy it is to grind, how much money it is, you know, it costs, and, you know, so on and so forth. But N690 is an easy steel for any company to work with, and it does not cost that much for the companies to buy. When there is dirt on my floor, I take a broom and sweep it up. Good for you, Maurice. You're becoming a big boy. You're a big boy, Maurice. Fuck. All right, let's get to one of these next. Because we have a bunch of things to talk about. All right, so, microchipping. So, I'm going to talk about this really quick. I'm going to try to break this down really fast. Now, normally this is only, you guys are about to get some banging squad material here. So you guys better thank the squad that you guys are going to get to talk about this. Yoda says, I almost bought a blue Kershaw knockout that was listed on eBay with an M390 and swapping the blade out, then relisting it. All right, so these pictures are going to be blown out of proportion. So just use your imagination, right? So here's an edge. This part is the edge. Okay. This is the knife. This is the edge. Yes, the edge is very big for the knife. Just picture that's the edge. So those lines that you see on the edge, that's the grit. So when you sharpen a knife, you get grit on your edge. That's how you're sharpening it. We're using diamonds right now. Say we're sharpening it with diamonds, we get these scratch patterns. The scratch patterns is how you remove steel and it leaves a grit pattern, right? Well, if you look at the very, very apex of the edge, right, where the diamonds have hit is going to be little tiny chips. And if we zoom in really close, it'll look something like this, right? Zoom in really close, it'll look something like this, where each diamond has left a little tiny chip in the edge, which basically is like serrations. And if you look at the line down here, if you look at the line down here, that is basically what the edge will look like. It'll just be like a rocky line, or, you know, a chippy line. Now, microchipping comes from cracking that's in the edge or the steel, right? At the very edge, there will be internal cracking. So that edge you just seen, inside of it will be like that. Okay. Now that's on a very, very microscopic level, though. So what will wind up happening is basically those chips, after you start using it, the stress from those little now let me back up. Toughness is going to play a part in this, and there's different variations of toughness. So the steel at the very edge, you know, depending on how tough it is and everything else, will depend on how much it'll be able to take. But those microchips are eventually going to, sometimes easier, sometimes worse, will chip out, and you will get a little microchip because of the stress crack that was in there from possibly from sharpening because of, excuse me, your abrasive. Now, if you were using aluminum oxide, let's say all those little balls you see, that's all the carbides in the steel, especially if it's a high carbide steel. Now, aluminum oxide stones will basically drag steel and will expose those little carbides at the edge. So you will have little round carbides. If you look at it on a microscopic level, you will actually be able to see the carbides. And then what happens? The aluminum oxide, the more you sharpen, it will crack the carbides. The carbides will crack, not get pulled out. So not carbide tear out, but carbide shattering. Then that shattering will be inside. Well, the whole carbide will be shattered. Then that will also play a part in microchipping. So when you're sharpening, you're trying to the best of your ability, right? Nobody's perfect, but you're trying to the best of your ability to create an apex and an edge bevel that's clean at the apex. Now, maybe the coarser the edge possibly could lead to the biggest microchipping. The finer the edge, possibly the smaller. Now, depending on how you go through your stones, how fast, and a lot of other things could possibly lead to, and like I said, nobody's perfect. You know, sometimes it just happens. But that's basically where the microchipping comes from. It can come from your abrasives from sharpening, come from your sharpening technique. And you know, and even if you're incredible at sharpening, right? Shit just happens sometimes. But the internal cracks from your abrasive will crack internally into the steel, and then you know, once it's cracked, now it's just a matter of time, or depending on the steel, depends on how soon that will wind up shipping. Now we got some donations. Ken Harris with the 5 bones. You recommended cleaning a knife after sharpening. Thoughts? Yeah, if you can tape it off if you want, taping it off does work really good. So if you tape off the around the pivot area right here, if you can tape it off really good, you can stop stuff from getting in there. But yeah, it depends too, though. Like, okay, so if you already had a good apex on there and you're just tuning it up, or if you're just doing the same angle, you probably won't have to clean it. You'll be probably fine. But now if you're reprofiling and you're removing a bunch of steel, it's going to get pretty damn dirty, and it can clog up the pivot. It can get in the pivot. You know, just depends on the stones you're using, how much water, a lot of different, you know, again, variables. But yeah, it is very possible after sharpening, you're going to have to clean it out. Not always, you know, just depends. It does depend. Cue ball with the 5 bones. Jared, I'll forgive you this time. I will not have patience going forward. iPad or no iPad. You got to watch out for cue ball, man. He'll take your kneecaps out. He don't mess around, especially if he ain't feeling good. Oh man, I am way behind. Sharpening is very zen to me. Well, you might want to become a member. Yeah, I find it very therapeutic too, for sure. I'm not sure. Oh, it's the G ball. All right, let me catch up. Let me catch up. Best investment I made for sharpening was a modular's magnifying glass. Seeing edges close up is really useful. I agree. I personally love having a jeweler's loop. I highly recommend anybody to get a jeweler's loop because you can zoom right in, just like, you know, you would look at a diamond or whatever. You can, and it has a light, different kinds of lights, but you can, after you're done sharpening, in between sharpening, you can really look at the edge and see, make sure your grip pattern's really good, make sure your apex is really good, and you'll be able to see things, right? Because just seeing with your naked eye, man, things are on a microscopic level to where it's nearly impossible. And remember, the goal. What's the goal, right? Your goal is it basically a two or threefold. Your goal is to reveal a clean apex. That's one thing, right? You want a 0 at the very tip of your edge. You want to reveal a clean apex. Now, you also want the sharpest, keenest, most aggressive edge you can get. Usually, right? I guess probably maybe not some people, but you also don't want to sacrifice toughness. So you want the toughest, sharpest edge you can get. And, you know, with revealing the apex, or with deburring, basically, how you deburr is going to have a lot to do with microchipping, a lot of things. Even when we talk about stropping, right? Stropping. When we're talking about stropping, if you're having trouble, so one thing, if you're stropping and you are making your edge duller, you're most likely lifting the angle too high. So let me show you. Let me get a knife I don't really care about. All right. So if you're stropping and your edge is getting duller, you're most likely your angle is too high. This is too high right now. So you want to drop your angle. Now, if your angle is too low, the worst thing that's going to happen is you will polish the back of your bevel. Basically, your edge bevel at the very back of it will get polished. Basically, like the beginning of the blade, you know, on the top of the edge bevel will get polished. But if you see that happening, you see that getting polished, well, then you know you're down too low. You need to lift it a little bit. Now, you do want to get that happy spot, and that's what can be most difficult for people, is getting that exact spot. So sometimes you actually want to get up nice and close and look at it and see, like, because if it's down too low, you'll see a shadow. You'll see, and also get dense leather, because the fluffy stuff, for people that are having trouble stropping, you won't be able to see this because it's too fluffy. And when you put a little tiny bit of pressure, even though it's barely any pressure, it'll sink into the leather. So get some dense stuff like this, and it will help you be able to hold your angle accordingly. So when you get it on there, get up nice and close and actually look at it very, very close, because you'll be able to see, oh, there's a shadow. Like right now, I have a shadow underneath. Right now, I can see it. So what I want to do is I want to lift, 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 lift. Right now, I'm hitting it. Well, I was right there. That's my edge angle. I'm trying to get. So I want to go. So usually I drag down to get the tip. So I basically do a reverse J like this, just like that. I go like that. And then once I get to here, now I drop my elbow. I drop my elbow because I want to go from this part of the blade to, I want to go from this part of the blade to this part of the blade. So I'm going to go like this. And then now I'm going to drop my elbow to get the rest. Now I'm just going to go straight back. So to get the heel. And if we were live right now and it was all the Bang Gang members, I would actually flip this around and show you guys in this direction where you could see exactly what I'm seeing. Let's fix this really quick. So really quick, we're going to fix this. I'm going to show you guys live how to fix blade rock. This is more materials for the Bang Gang members, but I'm trying to reel you guys in to get you guys to become members. So hear that? It's bad. It's really bad. I know you guys can hear that. I'll even turn this up. It's horrible. So we're going to fix that really quick. Watch how fast we can fix that. So basically what's happening is there's space between the stop pin and the lock bar. There's space. So the blade is able to shift and move. It's not, the lock bar is not moving. Now, lock rock would be the lock rocking. When I put pressure, so when I go like this, if the lock is going like this, shifting, that's lock rock. Blade rock is when the lock isn't moving, the blade is moving because there's space. So we'll get our knife buddy. Shout out to Merrymen EDC. You guys can get these from Merrymen EDC, and he has some really good quality bits. We have a T8 T6 combination. There's a magnet inside there. We're going to take this apart really quick, and we're just going to fix it right now, right here in front of you guys, live and in action, because this is a super easy fix. We can do it in just a couple minutes, not even. So do this really fast with you guys. What the hell? I would get a machinist device to clamp in that and have two hands. No idea what you guys are talking about. I gotta flip this to T6. Hopefully I don't have to take off the clip, but we'll see. I should grab my other driver so I can do it faster. Let's take my bit out and go like this. All right. Bam. Look how easy that was. Bam. Scales off. There goes two screws. Got it. All right. So how am I going to fix this? Is that screwed in right there? Yes, that is. So I don't even have to take it off of the scale. So right here, it's like this, but I'm going to take this off just so you guys can see this better. I'm going to take it off of the clip, because the clip is what's holding it on right now. And I'm going to show you guys how to fix blade rock. This can also help fix lock rock sometimes. It does depend on that, but usually it will always fix blade rock. This can also work to increase your detent if your detent is too strong or too weak. So we have the liner. This is the liner, right? So we already know that there's space in between the lock face and the stop pin. So what we want to do is we want to increase this just a little bit. So I'm going to push it towards the opposite side. So I'm going to push it, basically making it lock up stronger. Just a little bit, not much. That's probably enough, but I'm going to give it just a little bit more. And hold it right there. Just hold it for about, I don't know, 30 seconds. That should be good. Let's check it. So we're not going to put on the clip yet. Drop this back on. Drop this back on. It should go really quick. So what we did was we increased the lock bar strength is what we did, which will in turn get rid of that space that's in between the stop pin and the lock face. Hopefully this works. It should, but if it doesn't, that means I need to increase the lock bar strength just a little bit more. Centered. Action's pretty good. Ooh, almost gone. There's a tiny, you can't hear it no more. Tiny bit. Tiny bit. So I might as well just finish it. So let me get this back off really quick. So I want to make sure you guys know that it's gone when I'm done. This knife is the the CMB Made Knives Rhino. It's actually a pretty cool knife. The action is incredible on it, but it did get blade rock pretty quick. So luckily blade rock is such an easy fix, right? So it's not that big of a deal. We're back doing the same thing again. We're going to push it over just a little bit farther. We don't want too much. A little goes a long way with this, guys. And so if you guys are going to do this to your knife, just know you don't want a lot. A lot will make your detent so strong you won't even be able to open your knife. That should be plenty. So I'm just pushing this over just a little bit more, trying to get a little more flex. Remember, we can always increase it more. You can take some back if you do go too far, but you don't want to keep pushing it back and forth, back and forth. You want to try to get it right. So basically, go a little bit, then a little bit, and a little bit. Don't just go way too much and then bring it back, you know, because you don't want to do that with your lock bar, moving it back and forth. Now, if you have to, you have to. But you're trying not to have to do that. Okay. All right. Let's put this liner back on, or the scale back on. All right, it should be gone now. All right. All right, let me tighten it all the way. I'm pretty sure it's gone. I need to tighten everything up, though. Make sure. What's everybody saying? Sorry, guys. I'm doing this right here live. I want you guys to... I should be having the camera facing down. But it's super simple. This is something anybody can do at home. Now, if you do have issues and you're nervous to do it, frame locks are a little tougher because frame locks do take... They're just stronger, so they're not, it's not that they're more difficult, it's just that they're stronger. That's it. So they take a little bit more force, but always a little bit goes a long way. So, and it is rock solid, no play at all. The action could get a little bit better though. There we go. Bang. Nice. No sound. Nice and solid. My lockup is still really good. I think it moved over a little. Well, it should have moved over a little bit more. So it did move over a little bit. Not much, though. But it's nice and solid. Now, do I see? I'm just checking for a lock rock now. Giving it a little stress. I don't see any, but I'm not putting a ton of pressure. I think if I did put a lot of pressure, I'd probably be able to flex it, but it's a light liner lock knife. So, you know, really good though. It's all you got to do. Super easy. Anybody can do this at home. Now, same thing. My detent, did it increase at all? My detent might have got a little bit stronger, but it should have. And that's another thing. If your detent is weak, you can do that. If your detent is too strong, go the opposite way. But just know that Neeves Knives is not at fault if you fuck your shit up. I'm just helping you out. I'm not, you know, if I was doing it for you, then I'd be responsible, but you're responsible when you start messing with it. In many cases, if you just bought the knife, you can return it. I personally don't, just because it's so easy to fix. You know, I'd rather just keep the knife and just fix it myself. But in some cases, you might want to send it back. Don't do what Neeves Knives does. But sometimes you can't send it back, right? Sometimes you've had the knife entirely way too long. So if you've had the knife entirely way too long, you want to be able to fix it. And maybe the issue wasn't there first. Maybe it just came about after a couple of years of having the knife. Now it's getting it. All right, I'm done, guys. Sorry, I spent a little too much time on this, but it's fixed. So that is how you fix blade rock. Really simple. Now, Tough Glide. Oh, Everyday EDC. Thank you for the donation. 10 bones. You show that knife stand in your background looks sick. Which one? Show that knife. Which one? Tell me which one and I'll show you. Blades and EDC with the 5 bones. Gonna pay it forward, Jared, and give away the Kaiser Feist denim micarta when my channel hits 100 subs. Thanks again. Shout out to Blades and EDC. Sounds like he's gonna be doing a giveaway when he hits 100 subs. Go and follow his channel so you can get in on that denim micarta Feist. It is a really good Feist. I'll give it that. That's probably my favorite Feist yet. Is the denim one. Now I know they did do the fat carbon one, and I don't have that one, but that denim micarta is really, really nice. Ding, 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 ding. I can't wait to see what we have these bones in here so you guys can just slap up some bones. All right. So Tough Glide. Tell me which knife and I'll pull it up. The wooden one on the right of the flag. Yeah, but there's a bunch of knives there. Which knife? There's 7 knives there. The Tough Glide, really quick. Tough Glide, USA made. This stuff I think is really good for everything else but knives. So if you guys want to get some oil for everything else, like your knife sharpener parts, tool parts, whatever, right? This is a really good option because it has a needle applicator. It's a dry lubricant. So like if you put a little bit on your finger, it just dries up and it adds lubrication. So it works really good to not, like, say for sharpeners, like if you have a sharpening system or something like that, where the dust doesn't just stick to the lube. Now, KPL did change their sticker. KPL is what I recommend for actual knives. Their sticker used to be like this, where it just falls off after you use it for a while. Right. That's why I wouldn't use it for knives. That's why I said everything but knives. But the KPL for knives is amazing. I've had this one for, I don't know, maybe not full 2 years, but at least 1.5 years. And you guys know how many knives I go through. And I still have a little tiny bit at the bottom of the bottle. Got my brand new one here, ready to go. I like that they put a new sticker on there. Then I got my heavy in the other room. But no, that's why I said this stuff's for everything else, not knives, because it actually makes the action worse. But it works great on my sharpening system, though, and other things. I use it for like door hinges. When they get squeaky, I use it, like I said, for parts and things like that. Sometimes you want to oil screws, when you're putting a screw in, because you're going to take it back out in a year or something. It's nice. I'm talking about a screw that you're not going to put thread locker on. Something that you want to not rust in the future or anything like that. Go and check out Jamie and his new channel. There you go. Everyday EDC. There is the link. All right. So I don't know what knife you want me to grab. We have the USMC Fighter. We got the Hinder XM18, the XM24, the K2, the Shurogorov F95 Frag, the Microtech SOCOM Elite, and the Spartan Hersey folder back there. I use it on my work sharp slide so it doesn't squeak. Me too. See? Me too. I use it for both, for the work sharp one and for the Blitz. Works great for that. And I like the needle applicator. Well, shout out to Blades and EDC too. He got excited. Well, if you can find his link, why don't you put up his link, Chris, if you can. Okay, so really quick, parts and tools for your knives are just as important as, the parts and tools your knives sit in and where you put them and how you organize them are just as important as organizing your knives. I know all you guys organize your knives, put your knives in safe places. You put the little rice packs in there, chew on them a little bit, then you put them in with your knives so you guys don't get moisture. The moisture packs, that's what I meant. So the ones you guys like to eat. But the parts, tools, bits, all that stuff is just as important. So don't let that stuff just sit anywhere either. Make sure you guys have nice, good places for that stuff. You will thank me later. Having that organized, set up, just like you would your $500 knives. Treat them the exact same way. Have your bits in a nice, perfect place so you always know where they're at. Have your knife pivot lube, your screwdrivers, everything, just all your tools in a nice spot. Everything organized. You can put the moisture packets in there too. Keep that stuff just as nice as your knives, and they will last a very long time. And you won't have to wonder where they're at. You always have them. You always have fast access to them. Always put them back though. If you take it out, put it back. But keep up with that stuff because you will make them last so much longer. Although you're always going to want to buy new bits. You will never have enough bits. Always buy new bits. The better your bits are, the better your hardware will be. I can tell exactly, like if you guys send me a knife, I can tell if you fucking have shitty bits because your hardware on your knives will be all chewed up. Usually, if you have a good quality WeHa bit, not cheap bits, spend the extra $4 or $5 and get the good bits. They will last twice as long, if not longer, and the edges are sharper. They fit better. They're hardened. There's so much better qualities about the good WeHa bits. So WeHa bits, and make sure you take good care of them. Replace them often. Keep your drivers and all your tools in a good, safe place, away from moisture with the moisture packets organized. Always do that, especially if you're part of the Bang Gang crew, because we're going to be using that stuff here really soon. What was it? All right, fuck that. So, reasons why a few blade shapes are the most popular. Really quick, this is a really quick subject because, oh shit, we're past story time. We got a cool story. So, really quick, the reason why the most popular blade shapes are going to be drop points, spear points, sheep's foots, and Warncliffs are because they are the most versatile. Other blade shapes are really good for specific tasks, like say a trailing point. A trailing point is really good for skinning. It's really good for food prep, but it sucks at utility cuts. It's not even that great at cutting down boxes unless if it leans forward. Like if it leans forward like this, then maybe. But for the most part, it sucks for EDC. Blades and EDC. Thanks, Jared and Cue Ball. No problem. Thank you for the 5 bones, man. I appreciate it. No story time. We got to do story time. I'm sorry. It's past that time, but we'll continue with a couple more subjects, but we got a really cool story. So, that's my sister right there, by the way. Shout out to my sister. Um, but where was I? Why some okay, so really quick before we get to story time, why some super steels might not be the best steel for the job. What the fuck just happened? I don't know what the hell happened. What is going on? I have no idea what the hell's going on. There we go. I don't know what the hell is going on, man. My camera just stopped. It's fully charged, plugged in, everything. I have no idea what the hell just happened. Absolutely no idea. I just went through my my thing and shut the camera down and turned it back on. It fired right up. Problems on these guys. We have problems. I am sorry, guys, that we had a technical difficulty, but we are back in action. So just a quick commercial break. I'm sure we lost a few people there. I'm sorry. I'm catching up to the chat. I'm just gonna fast forward to the chat. I don't even remember where we were. Oh yeah, some super stills are not good for the task you might think they are. So some jobs, whatever. Reason why, right? Um, yeah, thanks, Lindy. Thanks. I'm a laughing stock. I know. And Tri-State's over there laughing. I know exactly what the issue was. You think so? It could have overheated. I didn't know that was possible, but it's always gone longer than this. So, anyways, so hopefully it's not. Hopefully it didn't overheat though. Fuck. I'm gonna have to start putting a fan next to it. Putting ice packs on it. So some steels, right? So a lot of times you think like, okay, the more expensive the steel, the more super it is, right? The more super steel it is, the better it will be for the task at hand. But that might not be the case. And this is why I argue sometimes that there is no better steel, right? It's not like just because one steel has a lot better edge retention that it's better, right? In some cases, yes, but not always. So, and the reason why is because let's say this. Let's say you're on the job site, right? And the things you use your knife for, it does not matter what steel you have, your edge is going to shit, right? No matter what. I don't care if you have Rex 45 or K390 or Maximet or whatever, your steel is going to shit just as easy as if you're carrying HCR because the things you're cutting are that aggressive and that abrasive. Think about like cutting shingles or something. I don't know, whatever. The point is that, well, since both steels, whether it's say 14C28N or K390, are going to go dull just the same quickness because the abrasives you're cutting are that aggressive, then you're going to want the most easy to sharpen, right? Because you're the thing you're going to want the most, ease of sharpening. How fast can I get an edge on it, and can I sharpen it really quick in the field? So that's going to be the best part about the steel that you have at hand, not how long the edge lasts, how sharp you can get it, and how fast you can get it sharp. Yeah, you might not want just some regular dumb steel because it's one, not going to hold an edge very well, like meaning like being able to get a really good keen edge. And you might want a little bit of a tougher steel, but there's lots of variables. So since there are so many, It's not like just the more super steel a steel is, that means it's better for your job. Your job at hand might it might be a mid-grade steel that's better. Now there is a point of which, like I always say, once you get to mid-grade, from mid-grade to super steel, there really is no like better steel. It just depends on what you're doing and the variables. Yes, when we talk about budget steels, yeah, of course, mid-grade steels are always going to be better. Blades and EDC is a new member. Shout out to the Bang Gang Squad. All right, guys, let's get to the story time. All right, story time. Interesting. Do you think the edge would come back with stropping while dressing an animal? If you're just dressing an animal, yes, because dressing an animal, unless if you're hitting bones, then you're going to have edge rolling. So it depends on how careful you are. It does depend on how careful you are. You're if you're careful not to hit bones, which in most cases you are, but you're still going to sometimes hit some bones, right? So you're probably going to want something with good edge stability. If your blade has good edge stability, then yes, you will be able to strop it back most likely pretty good. But if you're pretty, stupid and you're really smacking bones, then no, you're going to have to hone it. So what you're going to want is a ceramic, some sort of ceramic, whether it's a ceramic rod or a ceramic plate. And when you do that, you're going to make the edge go like this. And you're going to want to push that back into place with the ceramic. So when you push that back with the ceramic, then hit it with the strop. And it'll only be like like 1 or 2 passes per side. Absolutely. I've never really found any D2 that really outperforms 14C, to be honest. I'm sure a custom level heat treated D2, right? I'm sure that it would outperform 14C. But where the fuck do we see D2? I want to see custom level 14C is what I want to see. So BGM knives, I want to see. I would love to see 14C done to the highest potential it could possibly be. I want to see it done at like 61, 63 HRC or something. And maybe that's a catastrophe. I don't know. But I would love to see it happen. Let's see the results. Let's see the potential we could bring 14C to, because I don't think we've ever done it. Everybody's always so worried about these super steels. But man, we have an array of incredible steels we could really find out the potential from. Medford's D2, yeah, but when it was tested, I think it was only like 7% better than other D2, because that's CPM D2, which is a powdered D2. So it's a tougher D2. That's basically what it is. CPM D2 is going to be a tougher version of regular D2. You're going to get an increase in edge retention, but only a little bit, only by like 7%. Now, yes, Medford does more of a custom heat treat, so his stuff's going to be a little bit better quality. I don't know how much better without actually seeing the cut test. Somebody did do a cut test back in the day and compared it to, I think, Civivi's D2, but Civivi does a great job with their D2. So, and we would need more. Listen to your sister. I didn't see her comment. I had to fast forward. So where's her comment? Erica, you're gonna have to leave the comment again. Oh gosh, you with animals. Oh, well, thank you. Sometimes you gotta skin them. All right, so story time. This is a story about. It's a pretty weird story. So, okay, so I'm with my cousins and we're hanging out. We're at my apartment and we all have apartments there. So it's a building with 3 apartments and I'm living in the one. My cousin's living in the one at the end. And who cares who's living in the one in the middle? The point is we're all hanging out and it's me, my one cousin, and a girl cousin. And my cousin has this big dog. It was a pit bull, but he was a big pit bull. Nice big size pit bull. And good dog, badass dog. Love the dog to death. Anyways, so he had to go to the bathroom, right? So my cousin takes him out to go to the bathroom and he picks up his shit, right? And he has it in a bag. Well, there was like downstairs at the building, there were like these I don't know what they're called, like the thing that goes over doors to stop the rain. Anyways, so there's this guy standing underneath one. And it's a normal thing to see at this place. There's a normal thing to see gangbangers, homeless people, just people, right? But maybe not right there, because in that vicinity, that's like your property kind of, but you would see them maybe 10 feet from there, right? Walking on the sidewalk kind of area. Anyways, this guy's like standing there, like trying to get out of the rain. Well, my cousin sees him and he's asking my cousin, "What do you got in your hand?" Right? Like trying to see what's in his hand. And my cousin's like, kind of like, caught off guard, like, "Who the fuck are you? Like, what are you doing here?" And he's like, he says something like it's shit or whatever, but the guy keeps on like wanting to see what's in his hand. The guy had like mental issues, by the way, so we're gonna get to that. So my cousin kind of like throws it in his face, because he doesn't want to messing with him. He's like, "Get the fuck away from me. Like, what are you doing here? Like, why are you even talking to me right now?" Right? None of it makes sense. It's pouring rain, by the way. So my cousin's in the rain trying to pick up shit, and the dog, I think at first went to go after dude. And my cousin stopped him, made him go upstairs because he could like just tell him, "Get your ass upstairs," or whatever, right? So the dog runs upstairs, and now my cousin's dealing with dude. And he like kind of goes like this to dude with the dog shit, because dude keeps fucking asking him about this damn bag in his hand. And my cousin's like, "It's dog shit, bro. Like, what do you want?" And so he's like, "Here, you want to see some fucking dog shit? Here." And the dude kind of gets mad and starts getting a little squirrely, right? So now my cousin and dude, they're about to throw down, right? But my cousin also realizes like something's wrong here. Like something like this, he's not trying to fight the dude. Like something's wrong with dude, right? He's standing out in the fucking rain asking about dog shit. Let's be clear here. My cousin knows something's wrong with dude. So my cousin goes upstairs. Well, no, before that, sorry. Before that, dude starts yelling like, "I'm God, I'm God, I'm God," like literally saying this stuff like, "You want to fuck with me? I'm God." Like I'm Jesus and stuff like that, like weird stuff. And my cousin goes upstairs and like dude starts freaking out, starts tearing his clothes off, starts ripping his fucking clothes off. And now he's my dad, by the way, has a vehicle out in the parking lot for sale, because my dad used to sell cars all the time. So there's a car there for sale up over here to the right. And then my female cousin's car is down in the parking lot area where you'd park your car. Bama, what's up, brother? Just in time for story time. So, dude, now we're up on the balcony, right? We're not even by this dude anymore. Like, we're like, we gotta get away from this guy. This guy's out of his mind, right? He thinks he's God. So, dude's still out there, like in the rain, pouring rain, and he's butt naked. Well, now he's butt naked, standing there in the pouring rain, and lays in the middle of the road. And he's saying craziest things. "I'm God, I'm God, I'm God," just laying there in the road. And we're like, this fucking guy's gonna get ran over. And it's crazy. And like, he's a black dude, so now he's a dark black dude now laying on blacktop in the road. Like, this is crazy. Like, this guy's gonna get fucking ran over. Well, then he gets up and he decides to get inside my dad's for sale car. Why the car doors were locked, I don't know, right? Who fucking knows why? But either way, he gets in there. So now he's starting to like violate, right? Now he's starting to do some things that are questionable. We might have to handle something, right? But who the fuck is going to wrestle with a naked dude? Not me. I'm not going to wrestle with this dude. Butt naked and he thinks he's God? Fuck that. So he's in this car and we're just kind of watching him, like waiting it out. Like, what can he do in there? He can't leave in there. It's not like he can start it. And he's really not doing anything. He's like just sitting in there. So it's like, he wants to get out of the rain. Just leave him alone, right? Just leave him alone. We'll fucking clean the car tomorrow. It's not that big of a deal. Then he gets out of the car and moves his way over to my cousin's car, right? who's driving that car. That's her car, and her stuff's in there, all kinds of shit. And now he gets in there. And it's like, oh my goodness, like I can't believe she didn't lock her doors, right? The thing is we're all right there. We can see and hear everything going on. So it wasn't really a big deal for her to lock the doors, even though it's like right in the middle of projects. It's like right next to us type of thing. Anyways, dude's in her car now. So now she's freaking out. Call the cops. Right. And I'm like, not on my phone. Not on my phone. You ain't calling the cops. And she looked, I still remember it. She looked at me and she goes, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? It's like, there ain't nothing wrong with me, but you're not calling the cops on my phone. And she's freaking out. I don't remember. She must not have had a phone. Look at how bad this thing now locked up. This thing is so bad. I gotta fix this thing. Anyways, so I don't remember who called the cops, but eventually the cops wound up getting called. Not on my phone, though, by the way. Not on my phone. Jared ain't no snitch. So the cops wind up coming now. So now the cops are there. He gets out of the car and they're surrounding him, right? The cops come. They're kind of surrounding him. Like you can tell something's going on, like something's wrong with this dude, right? Well, must be a rookie there, right? So they're threatening to mace him or tase him, and they're surrounding him, and dude's butt naked though. So it's not like he's got a gun on him or anything. He has nothing on him besides his penis, right? So they're surrounding him and threatening him like to get down, put your hands behind your back, all the, the whole ordeal. And he won't do nothing. He's just telling them he's God, right? I'm God. So the cop goes to mace him, but at the same time, the superior officer is right behind the dude. The cop winds up macing him and his superior officer. Hoses him down, and this is like a fog, like just right into both their faces. Dude took it like a champ. Didn't even phase him. Didn't care whatsoever. The superior officer was pissed. He's screaming, freaking out, cussing at the other officer, wanting to fight dude. Like literally ready to throw down with dude, with the other officer. And we're all just standing there. We're up on a balcony. And finally, the dude sees us. And then he cools down because he realizes like, oh shit, I'm being watched right now. Right. I don't know how he didn't realize it before, but once he realized we were standing there, he starts cooling his jets, right? He starts calming down like, oh, maybe I shouldn't fight, this rookie cop standing right here. And there's like 10 of them, by the way. So they wind up tackling him, and he took, like I said, he took the mace like a champ, never even flinched, didn't care one bit. And they're like beating his ass and taking him down the ground. He's not really fighting with them, but he's resisting for sure. Like, he's not letting them do what they want to him, but he's also not swinging on them. Maybe he swung a couple times, but it wasn't like bad. Like he wasn't really being too aggressive. He was more being God, and that's his words, not mine. But they finally got his ass, cuffed him up, got him in the car, took him out of there. This is the funny part, though. The next day, we go down to the car my dad had for sale that he originally jumped in, and there's a phone in there, and it says, what does it say? It says Son of God. On his phone, literally says Son of God, like stickers or something on his phone. It's like, damn. Maybe he was. No, I'm just joking. But it was some weird shit. But yes, dude was either delusional, had a mental health condition, or was on some shit. All right. Yeah, he was probably on some shit. Like when he took that mace, it was clear. I mean, obviously, the whole situation, it was clear as day that he was on something or was mentally fucked up. But when he took that mace, though, like he did, I mean, it might as well have been like breath spray. Like he didn't care at all. Like not at all. Oh, he was definitely swinging on. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I guess he was kind of swinging on him for sure. But can you imagine though, when the cops got there, they see this dude. He's like 6'4", maybe like 6'2", 6'3", but he's a big dude. Not fat, just big, butt naked. So the cops, they don't even want to touch him, right? And that's why it's like, I'm not going down there and fighting this dude. He's fucking butt naked. And he's got a mental health condition. And he's God. I'm not fighting this dude. So when the cops get there, they're in the same situation. They're like, you get him. You get him. Like, they're surrounding him, but nobody wants to touch him. Like, they're just like, man, I wish this mace would work. I wish the mace would work, but it's not working. They might have tased his ass. I really can't remember because, like I said, he was surrounded. So after they maced him, when the cop got mad, like they started fighting, and there was like a big clusterfuck. They wound up taking dude down on the ground, right on gravel too. That shit, man. I can't imagine the next day he woke up probably with skin missing, and I mean, I've definitely been dragged on some gravel before. And like I got scars on my back still from gravel. Damn, I thought you were gonna say he dropped the kids off on this. Oh, that would have been really messed up. That would have been really messed up. No, that didn't happen. No, that didn't happen. Oh man. But damn it though. That was pretty crazy because I mean the whole, like, from the beginning, like, who starts getting into an argument and decides the best thing I can do right now is get naked, in the rain, pouring rain. Let's get naked. Let's fight. You just ended the fight right there. You won, bro. You won. Is that a valid strategy to avoid getting beat down by a cop, though? Just stripped birthday suit, ball swinging. I don't know. It didn't work for him that night, but I would imagine it could possibly work a little bit, but it's only a matter of time. But the problem is when you do get slammed, it's gonna hurt that much worse, especially when especially where they were, like this area at the time. Still, it's all potholes and gravel and like the most fucked up road you could imagine. Like middle of, like, it's just all ghetto, like it's all fucked up. So like, yeah, you don't want to like fall on the ground right there. There's glass, there's who knows what else. Like, it's just bad. People on acid do that, yeah. No need to be sorry, but they have kicked it up many notches with designs, blade steels, and the XR lock. SOG, yeah, for sure. SOG, SOG. I bet it wouldn't work for a hot chick. Facts. No, I got her. Don't worry about it. I got her. Okay. I got this one. Hello, ma'am. I need you to put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting. Jared, your niece turns 3 on Monday. Happy birthday to my niece. Ian says they might beat my ass, but I will make them feel awkward as fuck. Right? That's how they feel for sure. Can you imagine them telling the story? I got to imagine, like, afterwards, because think about it, the one cop maced his partner. I mean, if it wasn't for us standing there, they totally would have thrown down because dude was like, he was already like he was so mad. Like he was screaming at first, right? Because his eyes, freaking out. But then he went after dude. Like he was ready to fight. Jared, read my last message. Yeah, it probably was PCP. Jared, your niece turns 3 on Monday, per your sister's comment. Yes, I know. Happy birthday to my niece. I have some presents here actually for them. I'm texting with Kenny. Oh, no shit. No, man. It's funny because I was literally on his channel the other day. Look at this thing, man. This thing's so bad. Now it's locked. I was on his channel the other day and checking, just going through it like, man, I wish he'd post again. And I went to his Instagram just to see, like, hey, has he been on Instagram? And then I seen that last post, he said something about not posting on there anymore. I don't know why, but yeah, it'd be awesome if he posted another video. He hasn't posted a video in like 10 months. But that's awesome. You were texting with him, ask him where he's been, ask him why he doesn't make a video. Is Raymond sold everything? Did your dad get the car sold after that? Fuck yeah. Like my mom just said, he sold everything. Doesn't matter what it was. He had a buyer and he was selling. I don't think there was anything that didn't never get sold. He sold everything. Like I said, he always had a buyer and a seller. If he wasn't the seller, there was all that's how he was wheeling and dealing always. There was never like people used to come to him to sling shit. I used to get woken up in the middle of the night, 2:30, 3, 4 in the morning. Don't matter. Right? Don't matter. Because there was deals to do. All right. Whether it was cars. I mean, you can I couldn't even talk about half the shit on here, right? But yeah, all kinds of crazy shit just because things were for sale or there was a buyer or whatever. Wheeling and dealing always. Everything had a price. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anyone else pre-order their Nimble V3 and are as excited as I am that they will start mailing out later this week and early next week? Damn, that's pretty quick. That's actually really quick. He dropped Instagram December 2020. I wish he'd come back, man. He had some amazing content. I mean, like I said, I still check on it. I miss that lifestyle. Yeah, I do too sometimes. I've been out of that lifestyle for a while now, but I do miss it sometimes, but not to that extent. Like it was fun because it was always something going on, always something wild, and it was just a lifestyle that kept you moving, kept you on your toes, always something happening. But there's lots of issues with that type of lifestyle too. So the there's a lot of negatives to it at the same time, you know. So and like I said, you know, like there'd be weeks, months, like I wouldn't sleep, like not at all, because there's deals to do all night long. You know, you'd fall asleep, you'd be waking right back up to do some other work, to do some other like crazy as hell. But I pre-ordered, I talked about it earlier, but I pre-ordered the Varga. So the new Varga, VBR Varga came out with, or is coming out, sorry, a thumb stud and flipper version, the V3 Varga. So I pre-ordered that. That's what I got in on. Hopefully I'm able to get in on the Nimble too. Hopefully there'll be one left I can maybe get in on, but you can't get in on everything, right? You know, right now it's tax season. I got to pay taxes. So I got to be very frugal right now. My taxes are going to be off the fucking chains. So since I got to pay taxes, I got to be careful with everything I get in on. Yeah, for sure. I remember, nah, never mind. Never mind. Can't talk about that. What's this Varga you speak of? So right here, I'll just show it to you. The Varga. So this is the V2 right here. They have the V3, which is going to be the thumb stud version. The pre-order started yesterday. I have one right now. I'll show it to you guys. It's amazing. I just showed it on my channel. If you get, damn it. If you watch one of my most recent videos, the last knife, I show it. But yeah, they're badass, man. These things, they're done by Riat, and they're very, very good quality, like amazing quality. You can get fat carbon, regular carbon fiber, copper shred carbon fiber, micarta, And here's the new version right here with the thumb stud. So it's going to have thumb studs and the flipper tab. So multiple deployments. It's going to be awesome. I got one here right now if you guys want to see it. I did just recently show it in a video. Sorry. Shouldn't have showed that. But yeah, really awesome. Kenny's in here? No. In the pocket's not in here. No way. I don't see Kenny. Can everyone give me a what's up, Kenny, in the comments? What's up, Kenny? I'm gonna send him a screenshot. All right. Yeah. Everybody, shout out what's up, Kenny, or what's up in the pocket. Give him a shout out. I know I'll give him a shout out right now. What's up, Kenny, in the pocket? I wish you'd continue to make content. I would really love to see some more videos by you. I know not only me, but a lot of people miss the content you used to provide the community, and you just cut it off on us, man. Didn't even give us a warning or anything. You just cut us off. And I know he was a big influence to my channel and me starting a channel and everything I do. So I used to geek out on listening to his content and all his knowledge and on steels and everything, man. He was very informative and in-depth, and it was the things that I was actually into with the content was the details, and he was a highly detailed reviewer and was really, it was fascinating to listen to him, all the knowledge. Shout out to anything knife related. But yeah, what is up, Kenny? Give us a comeback. That would be awesome. Another one. I guess I probably shouldn't be shouting everybody out, but there's a few of them out there that I'd love to see do a comeback. Thank you, everybody. All right, we got more subjects we should bring up. But yeah, don't forget about the membership program. Anybody who wants to join the Bang Gang squad, we do have the membership program open. There's going to be a lot of things going on there, lots of sharpening, live sharpenings that only the members can join. We're going to work on knives. I'm going to teach a lot of sharpening, be able to help people one-on-one. People that already know how to sharpen can also help out if they're, one of the members, possibly even bring in other people from the community to do lives with me, with the members. There's going to be a lot of different things. We're going to do lives twice a month just for the members. And I'm also going to upload little things like when I'm working on something, I'll be able to make a quick video and upload it just to the members, or possibly just go live randomly. Just go live randomly and be like, hey, check this out. I want to show you guys this, whatever. But it'll give people the ability to sit there and either one, I can bring them in live, or two, they can just talk to me through the comments and I can show them exactly what they're asking. It's going to be awesome. But there's going to be other things too. And I might possibly even do sharpening giveaways on there. I thought about that. I have a fucking probably $5,000 worth of sharpening stuff that I could technically just start giving away. I do like to have a collection of stuff though. Not a hoarding type of collection, but I like having different stones, and things like that. But thank you, Mom. I love you. Good night. But it will give people the chance to do more things than just sharpening stuff, but that will be a big thing to it. There's 3 tiers as of right now. So if you guys want to become a member of the Bang Gang squad, sign up. All right, we did the microchipping. I already talked about that. Oh, so Blade HQ just recently dropped the Prada Tout. If you guys want to get in on the Prada Tout, there's multiple different versions of this. It's a very affordable. It has a little bit of Damascus. If you get this version with the Damascus, it's a Damascus that's similar to Damas steel, but it's a 9CR powdered Damascus. But they have 20 CV. Or no, wait, sorry. S35. I'm sorry. They have an S35 VN version. They have a coated version. They have a Tonto version. It's a really awesome knife. It has a fuller or thumb stud action. It gets very smooth. Mine got incredibly smooth. Beautiful knife, though. The Damascus is really beautiful. Let me do a little zoom in. But this is on Blade HQ right now. And also, the Best Tech Draco I seen. Let's look this thing up really quick because I'm actually kind of I think I'm upset at this. Damn it. This doesn't make sense to me. I want to know why. And this actually is kind of upsetting. Why is Best Tech? I like Best Tech, by the way. I like Best Tech. But why in the hell are they making gas station knives? What the hell is going on? The Best Tech Draco. What the fuck is going on with this thing? Why are they doing stuff like this? This makes me think that something's wrong with them because this looks like a knife I would literally warn every single person not to buy. Do not buy this. This is a knife you want to this looks like a knife you want to stay as far away from as possible. Don't buy knives like this. Now, maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. And if I got it in hand, I'd be like, actually, you know what? It's actually pretty good. It's not too bad. I doubt it though. It looks like a Pakistani gas station knife. Yeah, that fucking bolster, right? What were they thinking? I know it's probably OEM work. And they're gonna make what they're paid for, but it's weird. By the way, if you guys want to get the Goblin XL, Blade HQ also recently just got these. The Goblin XL. This thing's pretty awesome. I personally like it. Amazing reverse flicking action. They are going to make a medium-sized one eventually because the small one is really small. It gets a tiny knife. And then this is a big knife, full size, great ergos. And then they're going to have a medium one coming soon. S35 VN, titanium backspacer. But the action is so good on this thing. Really good knife. That's the XL Goblin. Shout out to KC Tempest Knives. He is trying to do his Kickstarter with the Mach 51. Go and follow that. Help him out. Show him some support. Drop him a few bones if you guys possibly can. I'm not sure how much he's short right now, but we should probably message him, find out how much he's short so we can help him make his dream come true. What the feckin' fact? Exactly. Love the look of the concept. It reminds me of the 90s tactical knives. This one, the Predator Tout, I love this thing, man. I think this thing is so awesome. I really like this one. It's not great for, it's not great for lefties if you use the fuller for the reverse flick, but the thumb stud action's fine. It's just, you lock yourself out with the reverse flick, but the thumb flick works just fine. And then you have the flipper tab. Detent is really nice on it. After just a couple days of flipping it, it gets ultra smooth. Like you don't feel the bearings at all on this. It feels like washer, and I mean this in a good way. It feels like washer action. I mean that in a good way. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, this is definitely a beast, though. It is a beast. You should see its little brother, though. Its little brother's like this, it's identical to this, but this big. Blade to a CAD shop and handle to a CNC shop, and it's done. The Tempest Mach 51 is short about 12 grand. Oh, I didn't realize it was short that much. Holy shit. Kenny is in the house. He says, bearings suck. What is up, Kenny? Well, we got some washer action in the house. We got plenty of knives around here with some washer action. We don't fuck around. I remember seeing a lot of knives that I have right now on your channel, Kenny, when you were making content, you know, before you dropped off the face of the earth. When's your comeback coming, huh? When are we going to get a comeback? This is on bearings, but it's USA made, though. Tactile rock wall. Got the full review coming soon in Magna Cut. I love this knife, though. I really do. We got some more washer knives around me. We got some PM2 action. I know that's a kind of old one. I got the 10V. This is going to Tom Hosang Outdoors. I should have mailed it today, but I'm going to mail it tomorrow. He's going to test Kaiser's 10V. Hoping for the best. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I got a lot of knives around me. This one's pretty cool. It's not washers, though. Great milling, though. Look at this milling. Check this out. Now we're just kind of fucking around. Anybody who's just jumping in that wants to hear all the topics and subjects we were talking about the whole time, you can always start back from the beginning. We did talk about a lot of cool topics. Did we have anything else? I was into edge angles and bite from edge. Geometry changes everything. So I guess I can talk about this subject really quick before we just shoot the shit. Edge angles and bite from the edge geometry changes everything. So basically what I'm talking about is when you're trying to get high levels of sharpness and bite from your edge, a majority of that is going to come from your edge angle. Now, steel and grit is a massive part of it, right? The finish you put on it, depending on the steel and what that steel likes. And Stasa 23's in the house with the 10 pounds. Kenny, make a video. That's what I'm saying. Make a video, Kenny. Thank you, Stasa. How about everybody? Let's do a chant. Kenny, make a video. Kenny, make a video. We want to see a comeback. Kenny, make a video. We don't give a shit what it's about. We just want to see a comeback. I would love to see that, man. I can't tell you. I literally was on, I was just saying this before you came in here. I was on your channel the other day going through it. I was trying to find out when your last video was posted. I went to your Instagram. It was like, when was the last time you posted here? Like, is the guy dead? What's going on? Why'd he just fall off? But yeah, I check up on you every month or so to see if I missed a video and you possibly uploaded one. There we go. Kenny, make a video. Here we go. Yeah, get that chant going. Come on, Bang Gang Squad, get that chant going. Kenny, make a video. Kenny, make a video. Kenny, wear a orange hoodie and make a video. Bang! Bang Gang Squad. Kenny, make a video. I'm alive. Well, make a video. That'd be awesome. I see you still have your thumbnail and everything, so that means you didn't go anywhere. No, but in all honesty, though, in all seriousness, all jokes aside, I think it'd be awesome if you did make a video. What do you have, in your collection? Have you bought anything? What's been going on the past 10 months? That'd be an awesome video. What has happened? What have you bought anything? Have you sold anything? Do you have the same collection? Have you been up to date with the knives that have been dropping? I'd love to hear all that. Yes, that'd be so. Fuck yeah, that'd be so awesome. So now I'm excited. Shit. Yeah, I mean, fucking excited. But yeah, man, it'd be awesome to just hear like what have you done like with your knives? Have you bought anything? What's caught your attention? Did you sell some of your knives? Like, is there knives that you've really been keeping up to date with? And if not, why not? Right? And are there things that you might possibly be interested in if you did make a comeback or whatever? Like, it'd all be awesome. There we go. Hell yeah. Definitely. Yeah, man, that'd be so awesome. Fuck yeah. I swear to God though, the other day, man, I was all over your channel, like looking around, like, man, he hasn't made a video in this long. Because at the time when you last made a video, I was every single time you posted. Like, as soon as you posted, I watched it. Like, there was no like video that I didn't watch. I watched every single one of them because like I was just saying a minute ago before you came in, you were so in depth with everything and the type of content that I wanted, you gave. So all the subjects and the points you would hit and the even like your in-depth reviews, you would be so in depth that I'm trying to think of the you called it something. I can't think of what it's called. But either way, though, you were so in depth that it would just capture my attention. And you would talk about the little fucking details that, in my opinion, were so important to the conversation. It wasn't just like information that everybody else was giving, right? It was information that I would expect you to give that everybody else wouldn't give because of whatever reason, right? But you would get so in depth, those little fine details that like I would know right away as soon as you posted a video that it was going to be good. Didn't matter what it was, or anything, like whatever it was, even if it was on knives I didn't like, I still wanted to hear because you would talk about subjects that would relate to everything. And I try to do that with my reviews. And I know I got some of that from you and a couple other people that, like, even if you're talking about, this knife, right? The the type of geometry that this knife might have, another knife might have, and the subject that you would talk into or the information you would give would relate across the board. So it didn't matter that I didn't have that knife or that I didn't like that knife because some of the information was just so versatile, it would go across the board with knives, period. So I loved that. It was a catalyst. Erica, bored with all the knife talk. She wants another story. I'm sure she does. There's always more. There is always more stories. The stories are crazy. Um, Jared basically stole all of Kenny's ideas. Gotcha. Well, he had a channel before I had a channel, and when I started my channel, him and a bunch of other people, Stas at 23, were all influences to me starting a channel because I was so balls deep in the information and learning so much that I'll pay homage where homage is paid, where it's due. 100%. Like, I have no reason to bullshit. He was a huge influence on me starting my channel. Anyone here have a rock wall you want to sell? Been checking. Hey man, they just had them up on their site. They literally just sold out. If you want to get one, Blades and EDC, in about a week to 2 weeks, they post every Friday. Every Friday at I'll tell you right now exactly when they post them. If you want to get one, oh, I got a lot of comments. I'll tell you right now. I just talked to dude. I got another tactile knife coming. I got the slip joint on the way. And he told me that they post okay, sorry. I said Friday. Every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central. Every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central, they drop rock walls or knives. I'm not sure if it's every time it's rock walls, but that's how he made it sound. So just check out their site and you'll get one. Yes, thank you to Bama. If you know, Breeze, you never gave us a chance. We could have been great. I'm a car guy too, but you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know that, would you, Breeze? Bama says, because I fucking love you, California commie sweetheart, you Cali commie son of a bitch. Lindy says, Kenny, your videos were great. You never said stupid shit. Really respect your opinion and what you had to say. Facts. Facts. He didn't cut any corners, and he didn't he didn't say and, you know, not to be punful, but he didn't say things out of pocket that were like that you know, like, they were, like, typical things that you expected to hear or the things, like, that you wanted to hear, right? He wasn't like that, like, there was times, like, where he'd crush my soul with maybe a knife that I loved, and I would hope that, like, that was gonna get a good review, but then he would just crush it and be like, "Listen, man, you know, this thing doesn't make sense because of the geometry and the blade and the way that, you know, the handles are and the ergos go," you know, whatever he would say, but, like, it would make it to where it's like, "Damn it, man," like, you kinda shit all over it, but, you know, that's what you need. You want somebody to be honest, and that's why, you know, like, with sometimes with, videos, like, earlier, I heard somebody, they were talking about somebody that I know they didn't wanna talk bad about, right? I know they didn't, and I could see it because I have felt that too, where it's somebody like in the I like in the community, and it's somebody I respect, and I have to say something negative about their product, right? And you feel bad, especially when you have to drag it. And I mean, I'm not talking about like saying something negative. I'm talking about fucking dragging somebody where you know this is going to affect their sales massively. But and you feel so bad, man. You feel so bad, but you know, it just boils down to it like my allegiance lies with the community, right? Not with the knife dealers and sellers and companies, even if I am friends with them, you know, it just is what it is. Nice, nice. I got the Atom and the Shadow. I've used and well, I've given away a Neutron, but all of them are great. All of them are great. The only one I haven't tried is that little slip joint one, the small one. But the Shadow, that's by far my favorite. Let me grab it. It's right here. The Shadow is amazing. This is like it's kind of like what a Griptilian should be. Flat ground. It's like 18 thousandths behind the edge, but the blade stock I think is 90 thousandths. Nice and thin blade stock. And the lock is rock solid. I have no play any direction, and this thing's been used quite a bit. I've even sent it to other people to test it and review. Still no lock play or blade rock or anything. Super tough, super smooth, great ergos, nice and slim, but it's contoured around the edges where even though it's slim and broad, it's super comfortable in the hand. And the blade shape's just amazing. I love this blade shape. A sheep's foot blade shape. You can get all your utility and detail work in. You have a tiny bit of belly. The geometry so and the steel. They did a good job on this particular heat treat. They did a good job. I've tested it. I've had I don't know, like 4 edges put on it, and all of them have went great. But I can really tell, you know, like when I'm on the stone, how good the steel feels, how hard it feels, you know, on the diamonds. I like TRM. They've always been really good to me. Really kind, easy to contact, easy to talk to, amazing knives. Shit, I am so far back. I gotta catch up. Once Stasa put those titanium scales on, oh man, I would love to get titanium scales on the Shadow. And Neutron, my nether region started to tingle instantly. Yeah, I get it. I know. I'd love to get the scales on here. I thought about contacting them and pulling the I'm a reviewer. Can I get some titanium scales card? Hey man, you know I have a channel. I'll take some of those off your hands. But no, I'm just joking. I would love to buy some from them, the titanium scales for this. But the G10 is great though. I mean, it's super solid. There's no flex, you know, it's super solid. This is like their toughest knife. Because the other ones are very light duty. I'm not gonna say fragile, but they're not hard use by no means, which they shouldn't be. They are cutting tools and they're great at that. But this does add a little bit of toughness to the conversation. Man, I love this camera. Almost lost it when I win the almost lost it when I win the lottery at Blade Show to get the scales. Man, I would love to win the chance to buy the titanium ones for the shadow in particular, just because they look good. And I love I'm a titanium whore, so you know, I'm a whore for some good micarta and some good titanium. Stasa, how's the shop coming along? Elvis is so angry with me because I don't eat ice cream in bed. Maurice, come on now. Don't be pissing Elvis off. Just got a Neutron and the blade is a bit off center, but I really don't care because I bought it to use. Super happy with it. I mean, you could always try to get it centered. I don't know how much you've tried to get it centered, but you know, before you really if you care, you know, because really, is it that big of a deal? If it's not rubbing, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, you do want it to be centered. But if the grind isn't off, if the grind looks nice and straight, and you can check it on a flat plane and things like that. But if it's even, you should be able to get it centered. I know other people have said that they had a little bit of centering issues in the past, but I have no doubt that they won't fix it if you send it into them. I have no doubt. They are really good at what they do, and they will fix any issues you have. It's not yet. Wait, it's not yet. It's so hard to get a contractor to do it for me. I have no idea what that means. Pure 1000% titanium. Mine is slightly off center too. Let me check mine. So this is mine's perfect, man. Well, this is the Atom though, but mine's perfection. So is my shadow, man. My shadow's like so perfect. All of them are perfect. But that's me. I know everybody's different. But I have no doubt though that they won't fix it. If that's an issue, they will fix it. I was talking about my shop, Jared. I know, but what are you trying to do? What are you trying to get a contractor to do? What do you got to do in there? According to TRM, loosen the screws a bit and bend the knife in your hand a little, then tighten it. See, I know people freak out when they hear shit like that, but that just makes sense to me, right? To me, like if they're talking about loosen the screws a little bit, give it a little flex, and then tighten it. Is it that big of a deal? It is a very lightweight duty knife, but I understand why people would. I mean, I don't understand it, but I guess I kind of do, where people like would hear or read something like that and be like, you want me to do what to my knife? Loosen the screws and fucking twist on it and then screw it back in. To me, that's not that big of a deal. I do that anyways. When I'm working on knives and people send me knives and I need to get it centered, there's times when you got to do stuff like that. Or you loosen it up and then put pressure on the blade and then tighten it back up, let it go, you know, as it's really tight, and then untighten it. There's so many little tips and tricks to getting a knife centered that I don't even think twice about that. I need a contractor to build it. When we moved, I no longer had a shop. Oh, I thought when you moved, you wound up relocating to a place that had a garage and you were using the garage as a shop. I do know your new shop that you recently moved to, you guys wound up moving again or something like that. Either way, um, what all do you have to do? I mean, do you have a space for the shop, or are you talking about going from the ground up? Like you got to build a shed or garage? Is that what you're saying? Steve shit his pants about the off centering issues. I remember Steve being upset because they were flexing, like when he would squeeze it, it'd go off center. But since then, because I know that was a while back, they're a lot more solid. Like mine is not like that at all. Let me see. There's like hardly, and remember, this is a very lightweight knife, but there's barely any flex. This is really solid. Maybe they added in an extra backspacer before. They might have only had 2. I don't know. I have no idea. But I just know these are really good knives now. I can't speak for them, their first batch or 10, second or third batch. I don't know. But from the time I started getting them, they've always been amazing to me. I really like them, especially just for an EDC knife. But yeah, me and Steve talked about that. Me and him talked about that, and he said that he, kind of dragged him, because a few different reasons. He explained it. One, the flex, and then he was saying that they said there was a lightweight knife and it was for light duty stuff. And then he said, well, why the fuck did you put M390 on it then if it's a light duty knife? And I completely understand that too. But that's why I think that they improved it, which that's the point, right? Our point, we're supposed to hold them accountable, hold their feet to the fire, make them fucking fix that shit. Nice Fast says, how does the Shadows action compare to the Hogue K320? The K320 is, it's good. It's really good. And it did get incredibly smooth. So both are really good. They're basically the same thing, but this does have a more expensive feel to it. I know it's hard to put that into words. I guess if I was going to put it into words, I can feel that it's more glassy, very, very glassy than when it locks in. I can feel the engagement a lot, more of a pop. This has a good one too, though. This engagement's really good, but it's not as loud and it's a little more subtle. So this has a little bit of a stronger lockup. Not saying it is locking up stronger. I'm just saying the feeling I got. The hole on this is a little small, so that does take away the feeling from the action. But it is nice and glassy still. Very, very smooth. Nice, good lockup. This is a very solid knife. I do recommend this. Anybody who wants a good fucking work knife, the Sig Sauer K320 S30V. It's basically like a Griptilian. The hole does work too. I don't want people to think the hole doesn't work. The geometry, for what it is and the type of knife it is, it's good, but it is, it's a nice broad blade, about 20 thousandths behind the edge. They do put a good edge angle on it, though. I will give them that. They did lay back the edge angle a little bit for a factory edge. It's all over the place, right? It is all over the place. And they put the shittiest plunge grind fucking dick hanging thing from it. I don't know what this is for. They put a little penis on it, and it just is what it is. I guess it's supposed to be a guard. I'm just going to cut it off. There's no point to have it, but solid knife, good knife. It does work if you just need a tool. I think this is like, go to the job site, fucking throw it around, hand it to your buddies, beat on it. That's what this kind of knife is. Oh no, I don't. I do not have any of them. I don't even think I've ever tried any of them, to be honest, Tom. I haven't tried any of those. I've definitely seen them around, but I've never had one. Story? You guys want another story? What time is 10:13? You guys got to give me some topics because I didn't write any other stories down. I can think of something though. I'm gonna go all the way down to the bottom of the chat. So if you guys want a story, you guys got to leave it at a fresh comment. Jared, you gonna try the Nimble X? I did. I did a review on it. Or yeah, I did a full review on it. The EDC, the EMP EDC Nimble. Yeah, I did a review on it. Check it out. It's a good review. Tested it, sharpened it, fucked it up. My sister, tell a story about my sister. Well, I don't know if those would be any good stories. I mean, I'm a lot older than her. She's my baby sister. When She was born, I was like 9 years old. My mom had multiple jobs, so she had to work. And I raised my little sister, me and my other sister, that's 3 years older than me. So me and my sister helped raise her as a baby. Her dad was an abusive stepfather to us, and it just is what it is. So there's a lot of stories with that I don't know if I should go into, but it was a shit fest, and eventually we got away from it. And yeah, fucking I don't know if I should probably tell those stories on here. It might get a little sensitive. So boring. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I don't, for me to get into those stories, it does get crazy. It does get crazy. I don't know how appropriate it is, Um, a little personal, it gets pretty crazy. Like I can tell stories about myself, but I don't, want to get that personal on like stories like that because in that case, the person's name's out there and it's specific. When I'm telling other stories, it's more broad, even though I know who I'm talking about and other people know who I'm talking about, the world doesn't. So, Jerry, you can embarrass me one time. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I don't think it's appropriate. I'm 98 and just getting into knives and martial arts. Well, hey, it's never too late. All right, it's never too late. 98, it's almost too late. Not too far, not too late. You're just in time. You're just in time. You still turned out kinda okay. Kinda okay. Yeah, yeah. Eric says, what about the time the snake got loose at home? Well, I don't know. I had a lot of reptiles get loose because I had a lot of them. I used to raise a lot of reptiles. I used to kind of like how I'm into knives right now. I used to be into reptiles, so I used to have a whole room full of aquariums, and I used to want to be a herpetologist when I was younger. So I had all kinds of monitors and snakes, pythons, all kinds of different reptiles, and I would raise them and then sell them, and I was making money off of them, especially the monitors. So I was taking monitors. You guys know, like basically the cousin to like the Komodo dragons. I was taking different kinds of monitors, Niles, water monitors, Dumerals, Savannahs, things like that. And I was raising them and getting them basically hand fed tame so that you could put them on a harness and walk them and stuff. And then I'd sell them. So I'd buy them and I'd try to get them nice and big, or I would buy them pretty big, tame them up, and then I would sell them. And I made pretty good money off of it. But one time, one of my monitors got loose. I had a lot of them get loose, but one of my monitors got loose, and he was pretty big, but he was mean as fuck still, like so mean. Like if you mess with him, he's gonna get you. And my mom freaked out because at this time, we had just separated from my sister's dad, so we were staying with my dad, and that's a whole shit fest story. But anyways, so my mom was actually staying with us or with me with my reptiles. Otherwise, my reptiles didn't live at my mom's house, not until like later. Anyways, the point is that the monitor was loose, and for weeks we couldn't find it. I don't even think for like a month we could not find it. I thought it was gone. Then one day we found it, and it was in the sleeve of a coat hanging in a closet. In the arm sleeve. He's just laying there. Like I went to go grab a coat and moving one of the jackets. Like you just heard, he started hissing, and he was in one of the arms, just sitting there waiting for you to put your arm in there so he could fuck you up. Jared, you always on that grind. Fuck yeah. Always gotta be. Gotta be. If you ain't grinding, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Friedman says, I'm coming through Atlanta for a day and a night on my way back to Florida. Man, I can't wait to go to Florida. But Atlanta, though, Atlanta's coming up here pretty soon. We'll be doing a Blade show. I'm fucking excited about that. First one ever. I cannot wait to do Blade show. Blade show is going to be amazing. Hopefully, I'll be able to meet up with a lot of people, hang out with a lot of people, you know, take a lot of pictures. Well, Jared, I'm going to bed. Got to work tomorrow. Love you and enjoy the rest of your night. Good night, everyone. Love you too, Erica. I'll talk to you later. I do have gifts and stuff still just sitting right over there. I need to mail them out to you guys. But sweet dreams. I love you. Excited for Atlanta. I know, man. It's gonna be a good time. Good time. I forgot I turned on these lights. That's why this thing isn't working as good as it was, because I had the other when the camera went off. I mean, it's still working good, but it was working real good when I had the other lights off behind me. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm excited to meet everybody and kick it. I'm waiting for you to get to 50K. Let's go. I know. Well, technically, we're just passing right up 50K. 50K, we're just passing off and we're going to 60. 50K's, we're fucked 50K. We're past 50K. We're just going right to 60. So as soon as we get to 50K, we're just going to say bye-bye and just go right to 60. That's the plan. We're slow right now, but it's all by design, right? We're going slow right now, but what we're doing is we're picking up steam to take off. You know, sometimes you got to fuel up, catch your breath. We were on a roll there all the way up to 30K, right? We went from 20 to 30 like that. So you got to get our breath, catch some steam, you know, let our heart rate, you know, settle down, and then we're going to fire back up and go right to 60. Watch. You guys think I'm fucking joking? When you are there, Jared, look for a sheath with a top cover for me, please, in nylon or leather. Okay. You got to tell me what kind of sheath, though. For what? Yeah, there's West Coast shows. Lindy Lou knows all about them because she goes to them. There are airplanes at the airport. Yeah, that's just a conspiracy theory, Maurice. I heard that's not even true. I heard it's just a conspiracy. Stop spreading misinformation. That's all I got to say. Just stop spreading misinformation. I was 12 and was spending the night. His hamster was lost in the house for months, and I smoked him with a boot. I wondered for a sec why he didn't run away, but it was too late. I'm at a crawl right now. Well, you're just getting some steam. And what you want to do is this is what I'm going to do. And then hopefully everybody else can, you know, partake if they want to. I got some reviews I got to get out of my system. Okay. So I got to get some reviews out. Some content that doesn't necessarily do much for the channel, right? I like it. The people that want to see those videos love it, but the overwhelming majority doesn't, right? And the world is not going to see those videos. So, but I got to get them done. Those are videos I have to do. Those are videos for, you know, the people that are already following. Then I'm going to put together a few weeks worth of pushing content that I love to do. It's easy to do. It's fast to do. And the algorithm loves it. The community really loves it. Like seriously, they speak to me through the numbers. They love it. So I got to give them what they want, right? It'd be stupid for me to not give what the majority wants, what they want, right? So I'm going to get a couple weeks of that put together, and I'm going to put it in an order that I know should increase my odds on picking up a lot of steam through excuse me, through the click-through ratio. So basically the percentage of people that see my video versus clicking on it. So if I can get that number up, that percentage up, I'll make sure that I do it in a certain order where it's one after another. Then by like the fourth, fifth one, YouTube will recognize that people love this thread of content and will fucking send it soaring for me. And hopefully I'll be able to rack in all them people that Nick Shabazz has that is not, because think about it, there's like 130,000 people that are not following my channel. They're following Nick Shabazz. They can come over here too. Knife Center, I forget how many they have, but the majority, a little tip, Stasa, check out like the people that watch your channel, who else they watch, right? So content that the people that are mostly following your channel, like mine, is Knife Center, right? The people that watch my content love Knife Center's content. So a lot of my people find me from Knife Center. So I can, and me and Knife Center have actually, and I just recently found, I mean, I guess not recently, but I've known it for a little while, but me and Knife Center do have a lot of relatable content. So I try to use the algorithm with Knife Center to get those people that are following Knife Center over to my channel. There's a couple of tricks how to do that, and so I just do that. You know, you got to play the algorithm. You got to play the YouTube game, and I don't mind playing it. You have to. You have to. Like, that's stupid if you don't. Greetings from Germany. Shout out to Germany. What's up, Frank? Frankie Ray. I used to know Frankie Ray. He passed away, but I know him. I hear giving away $300 worth of knives and EDC gear every week is good for the algorithm. Metal Complex. Cough, cough. I disagree. I disagree. And the reason why, and I'm not saying like maybe it doesn't work for him, but I'm not. And thing is that if somebody joins your channel for a giveaway, not for the content, then they're not necessarily watching your content. Just because they sub to your channel doesn't mean that they watch your content. Just because they're there for the giveaways doesn't mean they watch your content. So it's better to get people to want to watch your content through the information and the content you create rather than what you're giving away. Because those people are not going to stay. They're not real fans. They don't give a fuck about your content. What they care about is the thing, whether or not they're going to win that thing. And in some cases, it's one guy with 5 accounts. One guy has 5 accounts, and you know. So just saying, I prefer to get people through my information and because they want to sub. Now I like giving stuff away too. The last giveaway was a Shift Fest, and you guys probably don't know this. I should tell you guys, I should break it to you guys, but one of the knives, the Shiro Gorov, still has not left. So that still has to be given away. And that's a story, right? Thing is that the person that won it, right, was not following or wasn't following the channels. Not even that wasn't following the channels, but didn't even watch any of the content from any of the people. So he just didn't rightfully win it. And I was gonna still give it to him. I really was. I was gonna send it to him. Like, he won it regardless, you know. But he said no. He said he chose this, right? I was gonna send it to him, but he said no, I don't want it. Basically that I don't, the other people deserve it more than me. Like, don't give it to me. you know, I basically like I didn't play the game or whatever, you know, that I was supposed to do. So don't send it to me. He said he didn't feel right taking it. And I was still gonna send it to him, but you know, I kind of understood, like I kind of felt bad too. So I was gonna do another giveaway. And then somebody spammed the fucking giveaway and I had to delete it. I had to delete all the entries to the giveaway because we had a scammer come in and trying to scam money, and a couple people almost got scammed. They thought it was me. So somebody came in and was scamming people. I'm sure half of you guys got the message saying, you won the knife. You won the knife. And then if you message the person back, they told you to send them shipping money to ship it to you, which was like $150. And people almost sent them that money. So everybody was getting spammed. I reported it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And YouTube wasn't doing anything about it. So eventually they did, but that wasn't until I deleted the video. I didn't want nobody to get screwed. I didn't want nobody to get fucked over. So I just deleted it. So now I'm like stuck in a predicament. Like I can't pull up the comments from the fucking giveaway. I can't do that. I'm like stuck in a position now. Like I feel like I fucked the community over because I didn't give away the knife I was supposed to give away, but I tried. And the guy who did win it, right, that didn't partake, I feel like I'm still probably going to send him something just because I feel bad that he did win, even though he didn't win because he didn't do the only thing he was supposed to do, which was go check out the channels. Which he probably just entered it late, you know, and didn't really know or whatever. I don't know, but it makes me feel bad though. Like I'm giving it away still. So don't get me wrong. What? Well, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But the last one got scammed. So like I don't feel like the point is that I already did the giveaway and everybody who was gonna enter entered it. I had to delete that though. So now all of that's gone. I have to redo everything. Everything. Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. No, but well, I'm not doing a giveaway right now. But, yeah. But yeah, if I ever do a giveaway, I will never contact you through the comments. I won't do that. I will not comment to you in the comments and tell you you won. I will not do it like that. It will be verifiably from me. You will be able to see that it is clearly me, even if because they used my name. They literally looked like me. It looked like my handle, looked like everything, went to the comments and told the people they won. It looked just like me. The name was a phone number though, but it had my logo. Anyways, the point is you can contact me on Instagram or through email. All of you guys know how to contact me. My contact information is always at the bottom of each of the description of each video. So just contact me. But that pissed me off though, because that wasn't the only thing. There was an array of shit that week that happened. So, but it sucks, man. It's a $1,600 knife I was trying to give away. We gave away the Shirogorov. That went to Asa. He's in Hawaii. We gave away one of these Shirogorovs. Ace has got that. He actually unboxed it live with me, which was awesome. And then Tom, he won the Hinder XM18, which was awesome. But now we still have the Rockstud, a fucking Rockstud. I still can't, but still blows my mind that Mr. Amazing would donate a Rockstud to give away. We're going to give it away though. No worries, guys. You guys are going to, one of you guys are still going to win it. I don't, you know, I'm just giving it a little time because I don't need the same shit happening again. And I didn't say anything about it right away because like I was just in a predicament. Like, what do I do? Do I give it to the guy who won, or because then it's like I'm giving it to the guy who won and taking everybody else who participated and tried to, you know, did everything they were supposed to do and give it to a guy who didn't do any of that. He didn't do any of the participation things. He just made a comment. Like, that makes me feel bad for everybody who did participate, because people actually participated and watched all the channel's content. And I know some of you guys probably don't know what I'm talking about, but let's get to something else. Let's talk about something else. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it, bud. There he is. Thank you. The Rockstar quality blows my mind, let alone giving away. For sure. For sure. Yeah, that's incredible tolerances on something like that. Yeah, very true, Lindy Lou. And if you have real followers following your channel, then it's, and not like scammers for giveaways and stuff, then you know they're, because you benefit off of people enjoying your content. You don't benefit off of somebody subbing to your channel. That's not where you get paid. That's not where anything comes from. It's from people watching or using your links and watching. So I love giving stuff away. The patrons right now, they have a whole bunch of shit I'm giving to them. I just did a giveaway. Well, nobody's won it yet because they just entered. By the way, shout out to the patron members. Listen, guys, if you're a patron and you haven't seen the video, the giveaway video's up. It's a behind the scenes video and the giveaway video. I think there's like 5 knives. First place gets to choose from. So between 5 knives, and then there's second place and third place. So we're giving away 3 knives to the patrons this month. If you're a patron, make sure you watch that video, because I'm going to be pulling the names here pretty soon. Any ideas on a EDC fixed blade for hard use and food prep? Sub 150? Yes, sir. I have a couple here. I think the best one could be, I think this is over 150. I forget the exact price, but the Spyderco Gail Bradley raw business. Man, this thing is a beast. It's a really good knife. Great for food prep. Otherwise, if you want a food prep one, BGM Knives makes a great buoy, but that's a couple $100. Ken Faulkner, thank you for the 10 bones for the true bang gang. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. You do have the rake. This is a very affordable one, 14C 28N. The Jagger, I think it's called. This is more of a hard use one though. You can still do food prep with it, but it's cheap though. It's like $40. Then you have the 10 CR hollow ground Civivi Elementum. This is more of a kind of an EDC fixed blade though. It's not an outdoors hard use one. It is definitely an EDC one. My favorite is the Buck Mesa, USA made, but they don't sell them no more. But this thing, BGM Knives is the way to go. Check this guy out though. We got the Hinder buoy blade. This one's in 01 tool steel. The beautiful wood. Bradford's a great bam. I love Bradford knives. This is a beauty though. Very comfortable. This thing melts in your hand. Super comfortable. BGM Knives is the way to go though, I think. This one's in Magna Cut. Hollow ground. We got a deep, nice hollow grind. Chisel grind. It's kind of cool, right? A chisel hollow grind. So it's flat on this side, flat on that side, and then a deep hollow grind on this side. Very cool. I'm going to put an edge on that tomorrow. Chisel grinds, yeah, but they cut like a beast. Chisel grinds, I agree. They look funky. They, you know, it's not symmetrical, looks weird, but holy cow, do they cut. You want to talk about passing through materials? Don't listen to anybody that says that they turn on you. I could see for like wood stuff, but cutting regular EDC stuff, straps, cardboard, stuff like that, food and shit like that, chisel grinds, they cut. Yes, they are functional. That's the point. They're very functional. And regardless of what you think they look like, if you used one, especially versus, you know, if it, like this one, I'm going to put a nice laid back edge on it. So one side is going to have like a, probably like a 12-degree angle on it. That fucker's going to be a screamer. And Magnet Cut, BGM too, he does amazing heat treats. So I've sharpened a lot of BGM knives. I just recently sharpened he custom made this big buoy, like this big. Basically what dude was asking for. It was like a kind of like a barbecue hunting small machete. Amazing. Damn it, baby. What are you doing? Shout out to my lovely wife, Kara. All right, guys. I gotta hit the hay. We've been doing this for a few hours, so but before I go, shout out to the Bang Gang squad. Thank you guys for joining. Don't forget, I'm going to be doing a video talking about it. We're gonna raise a few more members, and we are going to start the lives that are only for the members. And you know, teaching sharpening, teaching everything to do, all the little fine details on sharpening. I'll be able to work one-on-one with people and also teach different mods, things like that. It'll be you know, a crew of people where we can do things on a personal level with sharpening and different stuff, like not just sharpening, but you know, array of knife stuff, a lot to do with sharpening and things like that. Now, I also have the patron crew. The patrons, they get giveaways every month, and they have access to the knives I sell, which I'm actually going to have a very big knife sale soon. A lot of knives. So they will have first dibs on that, and they get behind the scenes clips. Now, the join members might have a little bit of behind the scenes stuff, but mostly like just for like sharpening and, you know, doing technical stuff. Anyways, shout out to everybody who donates. I appreciate all the donations. You guys are amazing. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys donating during the lives. Everybody who hangs out with me and joins the chat, all the members that have recently joined, all the patrons, all my friends, everybody who I communicate with and that helps me out and donates knives and donates their time to me and helps me out with my camera stuff. Shout out to Ed and, you know, everybody else, Tri-State EDC, Backpack B, everybody who does help. I do appreciate it. I know we're a really tight-knit community, and I absolutely love it, and I love all you guys, and you guys are amazing. Peace. You get the damn bell. I love you guys. Peace. Yes, the where'd it go? How did I miss that just now? Yes, I do have the fixed blades coming very soon on the TED knives. I got them right here. I was actually testing one today. Before I go, I'll show you guys. So I got the fixed blade videos coming on the Tactical Everyday Dad knives, USA made. This video is coming very soon. I was testing this one today, Magnet Cut, and I was actually testing this other one today. The Beast! That's a beast. But yeah, this video is coming this week. I should be all finished with it hopefully by Friday. I'm hoping maybe Saturday, but that video is coming right up. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.